Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Roll TV, a High Order Entertainment production, High Order Entertainment Studios production, where a bunch of us slightly unhinged and nerdy warriors and weirdos gather around to play the world's greatest role-playing game, Dungeons and Motherfucking Dragons. Whether you are a veteran or a civilian or somewhere in between, aka first responder, you have a fantastic story, and your story is always welcome here in this fantastic community, because here in this community, we like good stories, and we want to bridge the gap between veteran, civilian, and first responder, bringing us all together because, guess what? We're all nerds and we're all gamers. And as I always say, your story does not end with your final roll. It just begins again. Boom! Nailed it. Okay, so let's get this patented on-air sign going. What the fuck did I just knock over? Hopefully it wasn't important, or hopefully it didn't break. Well. Me. Shmell. Okay, so before we get started, is there any announcements that anybody would like to announce to our lovely viewers over the internet? For us, my dad just went through hip surgery yesterday, and he's doing all fine and dandy now, and they are already back home, and it sounds like he was walking around this morning, right, babe?
Yeah, he walked the driveway.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. All right. Does anybody else have anything going on they would like to talk about?
Pleasantly uneventful.
Pleasantly uneventful. Well, you know what?
Yep.
That's okay.
Sometimes no
events are good events.
Yeah.
So, well, I suppose it's time to get started. And last but not least, we'll move this light over Chonder so you guys can actually see him.
I did get someone inducted or indoctrinated into D&D last night at dinner.
Who got indoctrinated into D&D? Who is now part of the cult?
So I went on a double date, so with me and my wife and one of her coworkers and her coworker's husband. And he, they're like, so what do you guys do on the weekends? And we, we play D&D. And the husband was like, I've always been curious about it, but like, how do you even play? I was like,
brother, yes, come join the cult.
Have you ever seen Stranger Things?
And so I gave him a voice, I just gave him a prompt, like, you find yourself in the tavern, this is what you see. I'm like, what do you want to do? He's like, what can I do? I'm like, you can attempt to do basically anything.
You can attempt to pretty much do anything you want.
Yeah, I was like, what do you want to do? He's like, well, I want to, find out what's going on with this person. I'm like, okay, cool, roll me a perception check. And I had the app out with the dice and everything, and he did it, and like we ended up playing for like 20 minutes at the table, and he's like, dude, that's so cool.
Dude, right? Excellent. Well, can everybody hear me in Discord okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. I was changing my mic around so it's not omnidirectional. It is only a single direction, which is toward my mouth. Can you all hear my wife in Discord? Babe, can you please speak some very soothing siren songs?
No, but I am going to put Tiger King on.
Oh, God. Can you guys hear her okay?
Yes.
I can hear you through Discord just fine, yeah.
You can hear her also?
Yeah, say something, Kithri.
Do you want to watch Tiger King with me?
I feel like a second watch, I should be somehow in an altered state.
Okay, cool. So you can hear her too. All right, we were fiddling around with some of the audio, so there's not hardcore feedback on my speakers. Because I sit next to my speakers, I can actually have my speakers turned down where she can talk into her mic, so you guys can hear her, the stream can hear her. Obviously, I can hear her because I'm literally 5 feet away from her. And then it won't pick up in my mic now that it's switched where the direction of the mic is coming from. So, with that being said, and there's no more announcements, it's time to get down to it. So, we last left off this intrepid band of misadventurers known as the Mighty Misfires had spent the better part of, we'll say, 2 days within the hollowed sanctuary of the fortress library known as Candlekeep, the biggest repository of knowledge in all of Faerun. Throughout their time there, they have inquired about certain deeds, certain quests, and all in all, looking for just any type of answer for the many, many questions that they have been longing to find the answers to. What happened to Flute being the biggest one. Also, while still investigating a missing delegation that was supposedly coming from Waterdeep through Candlekeep all the way to Saltmarsh that in fact never made it. If you don't remember, that was actually at the behest of a Jellin Primewater, town council members in the coastal town of Saltmarsh, which currently the Mighty Misfires get to call home. But throughout your studies, you found a very few peculiar tomes, one of which being a djinni trapped inside. Him asking, in exchange for his freedom, he will grant the party, a singular wish. While you have been mulling this over and figuring out where your next steps are, whether you want to go to Zikran's lab, continue studying, you actually surprised me by staying in Candlekeep for the better part of the session last week. I was actually not anticipating that at all, so I had to improv quite a bit of stuff for you guys, but that was fun. I actually really enjoyed that. Being able to just come up with stuff on the spot, obviously a little bit of help with AI, but hey, you know what? I use the tools that I have at my disposal. And the degree. So
and
you guys
brain
ended up
cells.
staying within the bounds of Candlekeep, inquiring more about just everything that's been going on, trying to find more answers to what seems to be just more and more questions that you always find. So, while this has been happening, 3 of you were actually not originally in Candlekeep earlier. Squeege, the party druid, Maise, the dragonborn sorcerer, and of course, the portly, lovable, human-rogue Porkchop. You 3 were still on the ship that was commandeered not too long ago after a hellacious battle against one Celine Ironman, the notorious executive officer of a one Davy Jones, or also known as the Forged One. I would say better known as the Forged One. While you were nursing while you were nursing Porkchop, that is still gonna fucking work. While you are still were nursing Porkchop from his hallucinogenic hangover, from the few amount of what little bit of drugs that he had after the Battle of Selene to cope with the near-death experiences, you guys made your way up to the gates of Candlekeep, where Maise was willing to surrender her journal in order to grant entry into the notorious and long sought after Candlekeep. However, after a bit of time, an argument ensued because it seemed to have been taking longer than you were wanting. And while you were arguing with the gate warden, the rest of the party joined you outside of the gates. One, to retrieve you and bring you into the fold. But 2, there was also a parcel for a one Cleric of the Moon at the small postal/gatehouse that was right outside the gates. Kithri answered that call, and she received a box with a very well-polished travel lantern. After looking it over and deeming it looks like a travel lantern, she affixed it to her belt and headed over to where Maise and the argument was nearing its climax. And while this argument was still mid-sentence, Kithri noticed that the lantern began to get hot. And upon both Maise and Kithri looking and inspecting the lantern a bit further, they saw a very large gaseous-like cloud beginning to form within the center of the travel lantern before suddenly, poof! It expelled this noxious fume, catching all that were around you, including what you later learned was an envoy from the very secretive ivory-Robed. Unfortunately, the envoy members had perished in the poison, but your quick thinking between Kithri and Squeege saved, in fact, the Gate Warden of Candlekeep, earning you a little bit of renown within the walls of Candlekeep. So, after this little incident happened, you all had retreated back into Candlekeep, began more studies, asking for more books and more tomes, and you have been granted almost carte blanche with what you were looking for. Almost. So long as it is not abused. But after a long day of studying, you find yourselves back in the Hearth, the one tavern that is affixed to the House of Rest within Candlekeep's Court of Air. And here you find yourself, mulling over the day's events, along with just all the questions that you just seem to not be able to find the true answer for. And as the sun begins to set over the horizon, the tavern is now lit with the hearth at full force, the small sconces and candles affixed to the wall, dimming the light in a very orange and reddish hue, the smell of smoke and fire, and ale and stew permeating around the rest of you. While there is not too many patrons within this tavern, you have actually been ushered over to a smaller VIP, quote-unquote, area, so as you may continue your studies unimpeded. So, Mighty Misfires, you are at the hearth. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to pull Link to the side.
You're gonna pull who to the side?
Away from you guys.
I go willingly.
And then I'm going to kind of whisper to him. I was gonna say I tell him that I had a vision, but I'm not 100% sure I can trust it yet.
Is this like one of your normal visions, or?
Similar, yes. It's very similar. And I'll tell him about the vision. Give me 1 second.
I
so
mean,
that I can...
Your visions do kind of have a habit of reasonably coming true.
Yes, that is true. But we did just read some things, so let me let you know what happened. So I faded into what I understand to be the astral plane, and I saw a giant metal sphere. And
giant,
something spoke to... Yeah, huh?
How giant, how metal?
I don't have the answers for that. Anyways, I saw a giant metal sphere. It spoke to me and said, she has heard your plea, which I communed with the Raven Queen. Seek the donjon is what it told me. So I asked her about the cards and whatnot, and a couple of other things. But with that being said, we used the fate card, and it also said that using 2 or more within the lunar phase could basically make a portal for Vecna. So I want to be careful and make sure that this is not a ruse for us to use this donjon card, which I know we have.
Well, just because it says seek it out, it didn't tell you to use it right away, did it?
You're correct. It did not. But this was what I was asking for was what we spoke about the last, well, a few minutes ago, I guess it would be, or a few hours ago. Basically, what I told you about having my family branding, or like having their souls to keep with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was about. That's what I asked her about how to go about doing it, and she said if this is her, she told me to the Dongo. With that being said, we've used one of the cards, so what I'm thinking is, and we can tell this to the rest of the crew, but maybe we do a little more investigating first, on account of Porkchop snatched the card from me the last time.
Yeah, that kid does kind of have sticky fingers.
Maybe we do a little investigating and we only use the cards. One card. Like, if we're going to use a card, we can only use that one card during the lunar phase. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I very much do not trust these cards at all. When you have used them, I'll admit I am not. I'm going along, like I'm trusting you, but I'm not like a willing participant, if that makes sense. Like we've been working together for a long time, and it's cool. I get it, but if it was up to me, we would not be messing with these at all. We would freaking put them in a separate pocket dimension from each other. Like no good, no long-lasting good, in my opinion, can come from using these. And I fear that the more we use them without something bad happening to us, the more cavalier we're going to get with them.
I could understand that, but something bad seems to be afoot regardless, so why not use them to our advantage?
Yeah, but just because a snake is biting your finger doesn't mean you put your arm in a lion's mouth.
You're not wrong, but if it gives you a tactical advantage, would you not do it?
I'm going to look at my prosthetic hand and be like,
Again,
And then-
you.
And then I'm going to show him his prosthetic hand and say, while it was a disadvantage at first, it could be the reason we survive.
we can't get too crazy with these, that's all.
I understand, and I will proceed with caution, but I wanted to talk it over with you first before I did it. So my thought is that we've used the fate card. We continue to use the fate card. Following the lunar phase, on the next phase we use the next card if we choose to use another card. I'm not saying that we need to use it. I'm just saying if we choose to use another card.
Okay.
That way we don't go against the 2 or more rule that has been set. So
yeah.
What I'm thinking is later on, well, I mean, it is the night right now. We used it the one time. I have to wait till dawn. Later on this next night, I will use the card to reveal a portion of my future, as well as take note of where we are in the lunar phase. And then every time we choose to use the card, we'll do it at night so we can know where we're at in the lunar phase. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you understood that was my plan before I did it. Because I know how you are about me going off and doing Batman. Sorry, not Batman. Sleuthy type things.
Yeah,
But there's always a plan. There's always a plan. I promise.
Just because there's a plan just means a good one.
It's fair. But sometimes
okay.
It may be the only plan we have.
I hate your reasoning.
But it's good though. It's good reasoning.
Yeah. Anyway.
It seems to be working.
God damn it. Where's the jug of alchemy? I need a drink.
All right, and I'm gonna send him off on his way. And I'm also, before he goes, before he's gonna turn to leave, I'm gonna grab him by the shoulder and kind of not swing him around, but turn him around like slowly, not menacingly, and say that I trust you, and I trust your judgment. I leave it up to you to tell the rest if you so choose.
K3, yes. The rest of them are still too new.
It's up to you. I'm leaving it up to you.
Okay.
I want essentially what I'm doing so you can gather this. It's hard with not being able to see facial expressions and read body languages. I want you to have trust in me because I've made a lot of plans without telling you, knowing what you would do. And then yeah. So I'm giving you the warm and fuzzy is what I'm doing.
No, I appreciate you looping me in. Yeah, we just need to be careful. I don't trust the deck. I don't trust cards. It's wild and chaotic magic that we can't really control.
Understood.
Okay.
Okay. So while this conversation is going on between Torin and Link, kind of off to the side, what are the rest of you doing?
Doing an inventory
Of?
of my supplies.
Okay.
And we're in the inn right now.
You are in the Hearth, which is the tavern that is actually attached to the inn. Two different buildings, but they're attached. They're adjoined, I should say, is the proper term.
I'm gonna look for, or I'm gonna just be mischievous and look for some sort of like
mischievous with squeege.
and we're looking for some kind of like damp area potentially where damp or dark area where they can potentially keep their food or something like that. And I'm gonna start crafting like spores and stuff to like help the food and whatnot decay for the rats.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Flute, or not, God. Pork chop.
This guy
Whoever you
screams.
are. Pork chop, are you going with him?
Yes.
Okay, so Squeege, roll at advantage since he is helping you.
That is an 18.
18, okay. Okay. So the Hearth. Trying to do 100 things at once. Easy enough.
Just spreading the message of my goddess, you know.
Yeah. All right. So as you begin looking around, Squeege, for essentially where they keep all their stores, right? And all their food and everything that they make in the kitchen area, I should say. Really, it's mostly just like a giant cauldron, and then a few chopping blocks and a cooking hearth. The first thing that you kind of like takes you by surprise is that this place is in fact a lot bigger on the inside than it appears to be on the outside. Whether it be by magic or just by nature of illusions or just how the construction is, you're not quite sure, but it does kind of catch you off guard for a little bit. But you do, in fact, are able to find where they keep their food. Not really a huge hard thing to find. And as you wander back into the kitchen, let's see. Okay, no. As you walk back in the kitchen, there's actually, in fact, nobody back there cooking as of this moment. So you're actually free to
Nice.
move about the kitchen. and you spot a little corner with a door that is ajar. And just by the looks of it, from where you're kind of peeking, you can see that this is probably where they store their most of their food. And as you walk through and kind of look around inside, you do in fact see sacks of flour, all these different types of herbs, garlic, basil, sage, all the spices you would normally see with any type of medieval cooking area, right? You see some dry racks that have what looks to be some types of slabs of meat on there. A nice cooking fire with a very large cast iron cauldron hanging on top of. It's a teepee type holder where it holds the cauldron above the fire, and it's very, very dimly lit. The only light actually emanating is from that cooking fire. But actually, directly in the center of this room is a very large hearth that seems to be it is lit, but it seems to be like almost dead. The fire, it seems to be almost dead, just because there's not that much going on. So it seems that they have just let this fire die and are only using the cooking fire.
Yeah. Well, this is way too fresh. I'm looking over at Porkchop. I'm like, I need to do something about this. And yeah, I cast Druidcraft, and use that to start causing like mold and fungus and whatnot to grow onto food.
Okay, are you doing it to all
that's
the food
better.
or just a little bit?
I'm doing it to as much as I can.
As much as possible.
Oh yeah, I'm spreading the word. My lady. The queen.
Talona, hear me, witness me.
The goddess of decay. He speaks. Druidcraft.
Cool.
Oh, you might want to like put something over your face. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. I think Porkchop's already brain dead, maybe. He inhaled too much of the fumes already.
Yeah, he's actually currently convulsing like he's been hit with a nerve agent.
Ooh.
Atropine,
I'm gonna just look at
atropine.
him. Yeah, I'm gonna just look at him, just like, look at my, my masterpiece, and just kind of like walk out of the room as he's on the floor convulsing.
Like, oh.
He'll be all right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, easy enough.
I hope my goddess has been appeased.
Are you dedicating that to your goddess specifically?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a percentile die.
A what?
A percentile die, and it's going to be
okay.
it's essentially kind of like a religion check, but it's going to be with your percentile die. So the D10 and the actual percentile.
Ooh, 93.
93%.
Yep.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
You little shit, we're supposed to eat that.
I will be fine. I have plenty of good berries for us.
That's all you need. Squeege's sludge berries. Easy
They
enough.
have enough nutrients for an entire day.
Easy enough. All right, so Squeege, you and Porkchop easily make your way back to the party. I will say, just for shits and giggles, go ahead, both of you, roll me a stealth check.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Hell yeah.
2.
2?
Oh wait, what's my? Hold on, let me check my modifier real quick.
Porkchop, what'd you get?
Katie, look. This is my
Oh,
first
wow.
roll of the day. Did I have
Jesus.
one? I got a nat 20 for a total of 31.
A nat 20 for a total of 31.
That one again.
That'll
Jesus.
that'll
All right. Well, I have +2 in stealth, so that 2 went to a 4.
A 2 went to a 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As you okay. All right. So as you both exit the kitchen area, heading back over
He's
to
just
the party,
silently having a seizure.
Who is?
You!
What
Oh,
you failed to realize for you, Squeege, is that you in fact actually stepped in something that was on the floor, and you can see little goblin footprints leading out of the kitchen.
Oh
And
no!
as you look-
I'm gonna.
As you look back at the goblin footprints, you kind of look up just instinctively to see if anybody is even looking at you at this point. the only patron in the bar, or in the area that seems to have just noticed you by happenstance, is in fact actually an ogre that is off in the corner. And as you lock eyes, you see just the hintest smirk as he goes back to his drink.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna use like the footprints that I'm gonna be making and just kind of like start like pacing kind of back and forth and making it look like there's been more than one goblin here.
Okay, sure, yeah. Easy enough. Okay, I love it. So as Squeege kind of runs around getting all this icky goo off his feet, leaving little goblin footprints all over the inner outer workings of the.
I'm gonna step on Porkchop's convulsing body too while I'm at it.
All right, that's fun. So, Mighty Misfires, the floor is yours.
So plan right now, one more day and then we leave.
Yeah.
Okay, I know half of
Is
us.
there anywhere for us to go shopping?
You can go outside and make a perception check if you wish.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay, easy enough. Go ahead and roll me a quick little perception check.
Good song.
While she's doing this, I want to go with her and take note of where the moon is at.
Take note of what?
The lunar phase. Take note of where the moon is at. The lunar phase.
Okay. Go ahead and head outside and roll me a nature check.
28. I got a 19 plus.
Nice.
I was gonna say,
Nice.
that's like the highest I've
Yeah,
rolled in
it
a
is.
long
Okay.
time.
Yeah. So for Kithri, for you, easy enough. As you step outside of the hearth, you actually kind of look around, and while the very large building of the House of Binder, or House of the Binder, is right off to your left, you actually walk just past that, and you can see over where the Emerald Door is at. And then you remember seeing a couple buildings over in that direction, and what you remember as mannequins outside posing with various different garbs when you guys went to the Emerald Door not but too long ago.
That's not what I was looking for. Okay.
I rolled a 17.
17? Okay, easy enough. As you look up, you actually cannot see the moon yet. It is still a little too much daylight.
Okie dokie, Dan. I would also like to roll a perception to see if I can see if there's anywhere to shop.
Am I with them?
Like realizing that she's looking for something.
I'll be casting guidance on you guys, just kind of touching you guys. I'm like, here you go.
Actually, I want to ask her first. I want to like realize that she's looking for something. Like, what are you looking for?
I need components for my spells.
Okay. Where might we find that?
That's a great question.
The only place you see that you might think sells something is what I just described to you.
Okay, well, I mean, we can try the shop.
Okay. Can I roll? Actually, I'm gonna change my roll from perception to insight, and think of where we might find some things.
To insight? I mean...
Yeah, would that help? Would that help? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, so far, the only... I mean, you know what? Since Torn, since you are kind of helping Kithri, baby, if you want to go ahead and re-roll it real fast and see if you get a nat 20. It's at advantage. I'll allow it just for the sake of brevity.
I cast guidance.
16 plus 9.
Okay, so yeah, the only place that you can spot within the court of air is those two little shops that are right by the emerald door, where you saw mannequins with robes and things of that nature on the outside. That is, other than that, there doesn't seem to be anywhere else to buy any type of supplies. You are aware, though, that there is a blacksmith, a smith and stables, and there is also a granary. Just kind of getting the general idea of the area. The Court of Air is actually very vast. Everything is on the outskirts of the walls. So where you're at, sitting at the hearth, right off to your right is the House of Rest. Right next to that one, going 45 degrees, is the Granary and the Temple of Oghma, where you first open that tome with the genie inside of it. Right on the other side of the Temple of Oghma, right by almost where the gatehouse is the smithy and stables. Right next to that is the bath and steam house, and then right next to that is, in fact, the main entrance. And then across the way of the Court of Air are all the pillars for the Pillars of Pedagogy, and then all the way over to the opposite end of the main gate and the main entrance is the Emerald Door and those two little shops. That is the Court of Air and the inner workings of Candlekeep.
I will just be like, well, that looks like the only shops we see if you want to try those. Or at least go over there and see what they have.
Yeah, see what they have and go from there, I guess.
We could also ask them if they know of anywhere
Yeah,
where
if they know where, like where we could get them. Alright, well, I'm gonna head over there.
Okay.
My little privilege start hobbling.
Right there next to her.
I am also following. Taking one step for every 4 of hers.
Is Porkchop following in the shadows?
I believe he's still convulsing. I'm just dragging him across the ground.
It's like Whitey from 8 Crazy Nights.
Okay, let's see. Just looking for a couple things real fast. Notes. Okay, cool. So as you okay, who's all going over to the little shops by the Emerald Door?
Me.
I want to go.
And technically Porkchop.
I'll go. Real
Like I
quick.
said, I'm just
Okay, so it
dragging
sounds
him
like
by his
everybody's
foot.
going. Okay, so you all get up as one with the rest of you, join your compatriots outside the hearth, and you all begin to walk over to the small little shops that are right by the Emerald Door. Okay. Okay, so as you all walk over that way, you spot the ever so familiar tan skin, jet black hair. The fuck was his title? Keeper of the Emerald Door. Sorry, Seldor. Ah, yes, my friends. Come. You guys walk to him or not? Since
yeah.
technically
Yes.
you're not walking to the Emerald Door, you're walking over to where those shops are. But he is beckoning you over.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
Oh
yeah.
yes, my friends, the Mighty Misfires, yes. Oh yes. So tell Seldor your stories. Have you inquired about the genie within your tome? I'm very curious to see what has happened with that.
we have, it's still limited information regarding him.
Well, have you not just asked him what needs to be done next?
Basically,
He's a very powerful creature, no?
Yeah, he is. But I guess whoever put him in there is equally as powerful. We would have to track down the mage that put him in, and get them to break the curse or binding spell or whatever it is.
Ah, I see. Yes. Well, do you think maybe the djinni would not know how at least the last sighting of this so-called wizard?
Did we not ask the djinni? I know we got the name Zorkon or Zikran.
I mean, he seemed like he didn't even realize that he had been trapped in there, though.
Yeah, sometimes the obvious answer is not obvious when you're in the middle of stuff. We're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to reevaluate our conversation with the djinni.
Yeah.
Yes, I see. No. Please let Zelda know if you can help with anything else. Is this something you require? I see you heading off to the outfitters and clothiers. Do you wish to buy some new robes, perhaps?
What do these robes? Do these robes do anything special?
Most no, they do not. I'm sure that if you pay a pretty penny or a few gold coin, they might be able to do a small enchantments for you. But no, if you want big enchantments, you need to head up to Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep.
Do they have magic sticks?
Seldor does not know if they have magic sticks or not, my little goblin friend.
Oh.
They do in fact have robes and clothes. That Seldor does know for sure.
I need to find a magic stick.
Got a
I
magic
heard about a
stick for
stick
you.
of fruit.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Where? I cast Shillelagh on it.
I can make you a wand.
No, I need a stick. I need a stick or a club.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can make you one. I got woodcarver's tools. I'm proficient.
Because I have no way to defend myself. I see you guys running around with these really cool weapons and getting the blasty thingies, and I just have my hands and my nails. They're not as sharp as they should be.
What? Let's figure out what I can do for you immediately. If you want a stick, buddy, I can make you a stick and.
If you would like, we can go out and find him a tree in order to make him a stick.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. And Link's gonna start digging through the bag of holding, and it's gonna be like a Mary Poppins kind of thing.
Sure.
Just ripping shit out. I got a skull from an astral elf in there. Just start pulling out the weirdest. Yeah. I was wondering where that was. I got an extra potion of healing. Anyone need this?
Take that.
Let's see. Spell scroll.
Holy shit, he's okay now.
Yeah, my head kind of hurts.
Caltrops. Shut up. Can you use a short sword? You're gonna pull out 2 silver short swords. Squeech.
Sorry, the miss is called. Short swords won't work, but I will definitely hold on to them.
Well, no,
And I'm just gonna grab them from his hands and then just like raise them up in the air. Ah!
I'm going to pick both of them at the point and be like, maybe we don't do that, and then hand them back to Link.
A dagger. You can use a dagger, right?
Perhaps.
Yeah. So for the sake of for the sake of Shillelagh, I need like a club or like a stick or some kind of like blunt wooden instruments.
We can do that.
If the mace was mostly wood, I think so.
I am literally a ranger. We can go find you a good stick.
Yeah, that's all I need. Sorry,
actually,
a little extra goblin came out there.
Squeech,
Huh?
what about this? And I'm going to pull out of the bag of holding the 2-inch rat-like flute statue.
Wood?
I believe it is made out of wood.
I think that would work. 2-inch rat-like wood statue. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna cast Shillelagh.
Well, no.
What happens?
It's a 2-inch rat-like flute statue. Oh wait, no, that one's made out of stone. I made that, right? That's the one that I made.
Stone.
Okay.
Is that made out of stone? Okay.
Yeah, I remember when he made.
I'm telling you right now, it would take me nothing to find this man a good stick.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no, yeah. Just I didn't know if this would work for him. Okay, never mind.
We can even go do that right now because I would like to see what the lunar phase is, and so we can go out. I can do a little, maybe hunting or something, and then we get you a stick. You come with me, and that's that.
Yeah.
You do that. I'm gonna be hanging out at the blacksmith.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Workshop knows all about sticks.
Okay, so who's going where?
We're gonna go look for some trees.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
I don't know what components are for my spells. It says VS, like I don't know.
So there's 3.
Voice, sight.
There's V, S, and M. So V is voice. You have verbal. So there's a verbal component. If it's S, that means somatic. That means there's a hand movement. If it's M, that means there's a material component. If it's all 3 or 2, it's either 1, 2, 3, or a combination. Every spell is like that. Those are the components that I'm talking about. The ones that I'm specifically referencing are the material components.
Yes, that's what I
So those, it will say, like when it says M, it'll say what is next. Like it'll say it next to where the M is. So pull up one of your spells and show you.
Also, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to turn to Kithri and said, you said something about components earlier. I'm not sure what type of components you need. And I'll look at Link as well and say, but I know that you guys like to do the healing thing. So if there's any plants or maybe animals that you need while I'm out, I could go and look for those as well.
yes, I also don't know what I need.
No, that's fine. While you're looking, that's what I'm just saying. While you're looking,
Like
what you.
one of those, like, shrug of the shoulders, and you're like, I feel like this one's like,
Tiny circle back. Yes. So, however, that is an example. But here's the caveat to that I've made as a table rule. It also says this in the rules. You have a spell casting focus that is your holy symbol, correct?
yeah.
Your spellcasting focus takes place of the material component so long as that material component does not have a monetary cost of more than 50 gold.
Oh, yeah.
So if one of your spells requires something that has a monetary cost of 50 gold or more, you must have that component with you in order to cast that spell.
Which I have for identify.
Yeah. Link has been kind of going through doing that every time he casts Identify. That's why he's constantly asking you guys for jewels and random weird shit. Does that make sense?
Okay, yes. Also, though, like, what is... So does that mean I have to verbalize the spell and I just speak with my hands?
Yes. So if your spell requires all three, that means in order for you to cast that spell, you have to have one free hand, you have to be able to talk, and you have to have the material components and or your spell casting focus.
Okay.
Right? So if you're grappled, or not grappled, if you are paralyzed and you are trying to cast a spell that requires a verbal or a somatic component, you can't cast that spell because you're paralyzed, for example. Or if you get cast hush or silence, you can't talk. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm just looking at all
Yeah.
the ones I...
Does that make sense for every other spellcaster?
It does.
Okay. That is just a way for me to control the flow of combat, but it's also so you guys can't just spam high-level spells.
Well, I only have...
Yeah, no, it's...
one or two. I think my highest is like one or two.
Yeah, but it's
level spells,
it's
but-
just, it's one of those things where it tries to balance out combat. That's what it's for.
Well, I mean, I already almost died the other times.
Everybody has a near-death experience at least twice.
Yeah, I don't think I have any spells that require anything. Most of mine say holy symbol.
Sure.
For like stuff like holy water and
As long as
white
yeah,
cloth.
as long as the monetary value, which it will tell you what the monetary value is.
Yeah, I clicked on one and it did show me. But I don't think I violated that.
I'm not saying any of you have. I've been very lenient with it, but I'm just giving you all a reminder because it's been a while since we had talked about it. That was brought up at the very, very beginning of the campaign, fucking 2 years ago? We started this a year ago. Well, it's been almost 2 years since we actually
yeah.
started the campaign.
Okay, I think I'm good then. Like, if I'm being honest. Oh, Revivify. Yeah.
What about it?
A diamond worth 100.
The diamond.
Mine says 300.
That's well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I've only used that I think once. Because I think maybe more. Yeah. Other than that, though, I don't think I. Okay. Well, then I don't need anything, and I'm gonna go into the woods with them to find a big stick.
Hey, wait. Before you guys go into the woods, do
I've
any
already
of you
climbed a tree.
need a healing potion? I have 2.
Okay. Okay.
I'll take one.
Give me that.
Okay, so
And then-
one to pork chop, one to flute, and then
One to
I'm
Torn,
going.
you mean?
Or sorry, one to torn, one to pork chop. I am going to be making everyone a piece of jewelry that once you attune to will help protect us from the wild hunt. You can pick a necklace, a ring, a bracelet, or a set of earrings. So
Hey, real quick, when he goes to hand me the healing potion or the potion of healing, I do a slick trade and give him a vial of that moon water LSD. Or sorry, the moon water DSL.
It's basically the equivalent, the D&D equivalent of LSD.
Yeah.
I'm not really that worried about saying LSD in here.
Well,
Little DSL. Cameron's got the DSL.
pork chop.
I just haven't come up with a
what's up?
name for
I
it
would
yet.
be more concerned if you're saying DSL.
You know, for all intents and purposes, you know what we're gonna call it? We're gonna call it Starlight.
Starlight. I like
We'll
it.
call that Starlight. The D&D equivalent of LSD. We'll call it Starlight.
Starlight potion.
Yeah. Bam. That's canon
Okay.
right there.
Okay.
Pork chop, you got any of that Starlight? I'm starting to fiend.
What are we gonna
You
call
need to
ability?
pay up front.
I made it.
It's her fucking whatever her town is, Solorian. It's the Solorian special. Solorian special is what it's called.
When
Kithri. For the mushrooms, we can rely on Squeege. For the
Oh.
bad plants, we can rely on me.
I can make all of the mushrooms and plants.
Yeah, you can make them bloom and die and all types of
I
things.
need to restock like all my herbs and stuff. Get stuff
So
Oh, you can do that in our
Hold on.
greenhouse.
Squeege, you ready to druid craft?
Mm-hmm.
I give Squeege a high five, and we start doing like a goofy tribal dance around like a stump, and he starts to druid craft.
My upper body is completely still, but my legs are moving like crazy, dancing with them.
My legs are completely still, except for my feet like kicking me up, and then my upper body's going crazy.
Fair enough. So,
Surrounded by idiots.
yes, the curse of intelligence.
Which is not very high. I've got a lot of wisdom.
So, now that we have that figured out, we understand what I was talking about earlier. What is the Mighty Misfires doing? I know some of you are leaving, some of you said maybe you're staying. What are we doing?
Me and Squeege are doing a tribal dance while he druid crafts mushrooms and other plants, various plants.
Oh, everything that Kithri needs,
Okay,
I can create.
okay, easy enough. That's just through Druid Craft, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. So are you doing this in the middle of the Court of Air, or where are you guys going to do this?
Wherever Kithri needs us to do it. If she knows the spot where...
I thought we were going to get Squeege a big stick.
So I'm gonna go like out of the walls for a second, so we can find a big tree.
Oh. Okay.
I don't want to take anything inside the wall.
Well, just glancing around for you, Torrin, there's really not much to take. Remember, the Court of Air is very void of any type of shrubbery and plant life.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. So yeah,
is anybody going?
I'm gonna
with
go
Torrin?
where there is shrubbery and plant life,
Easy enough.
and into the forest that Pork Chop ran into.
Okay. So, is it just you?
I believe it's me, Kithri, Pork Chop, and Squeege.
Yep.
Okay.
Am I just not a part of this group anymore? I said I wanted to go.
Oh, you're coming with us? Okay. Maze is coming with
Gotta
us
speak
as well.
up. I knew you were going, Maze. I remembered.
I was waiting to hear the accent.
Hey, for future intents and purposes, how many vials of starlight was I able to acquire and keep?
I will say, just to give you a baseline right now, we'll say 4 minus the one you took, so 3.
So 2, because I gave one to Link.
Okay, there you go.
Sick.
Easy enough. I will draft up Starlight in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It won't be too hard since I already have some stuff set aside for this. I just gotta add that into the pile. Okay, so Maze, Torrin, headed out to the forest.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I
Yes.
thought we were all going.
If you all want to, I mean, okay.
I
Well,
am
no,
not.
the
Link
floor
is
your
Link
guys'.
is
You
staying
tell
at
me what
Quest.
you guys want to do.
Yeah, we're all going with Corin.
Minus Link.
For Link. Right?
Because he's a dweeb.
I think so.
Yeah, I am not going.
Go fuck shit up. I mean, go do things.
Okay, so everybody but Link is leaving. Correct? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
At least that's what it sounds like.
All right. Yes, splitting the party, such a good idea.
I mean, this is like
What
only
kind of crazy things are we
kind
gonna
of
find
splitting
in
the
the woods?
party.
You say.
Well, I only wanted to go for the handful of reasons, but then everyone else wanted to come with me. I figured they could go do other stuff, but they want to come, so whatever. On the way out there, I'm going to be sizing Squeege up to decide on the size of a club that he needs.
Okay, go ahead and roll me just roll me a perception check.
Perception. If I can get this fucking D20 out. Oh my god.
What town were we in again?
You're in Candlekeep.
Oh yeah.
9 plus, I believe, 7?
It is not
It's
really
the
a
city
town,
of
it is a
nerds.
fortress/library.
The Fortress of Nerds.
Pretty much. Fortress of Knowledge.
What a
Damn
nerd.
right.
6. Okay, so 15.
15? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough. Noted. Okay, so the Mighty Misfires, you all head out, minus Link, into the vast world beyond the gates. Really not that far. You head right outside to where the road is. Whoever is leading this little expedition, go ahead and roll a quick nature check for me.
That would be me.
I would like to be in the trees.
I would like to cast guidance or a system because I have also pretty high nature.
I got a 16.
16? Okay, easy enough. For you, Torin, easy enough. As you begin walking down the road to where the road leads up to Candlekeep, you kind of look off to your right and you see the docks and the dockward area where you had parked, quote unquote, your commandeered ship from Celine Ironweaver.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of actually heading down to the docks to the right, you actually continue on down the pathway. Not too long until you actually are met with the main road, which is known as the Coast Way.
Oh, perfect. Favored terrain.
Say what?
Favored terrain. Just so you're aware.
It's not. I never said it was a swamp. I just said that was the name of the road.
Swamp. I have 2. Swamp and coast from the last time I leveled up.
The name of the road is called Coast
Oh, it's
Way.
coast. Okay.
The lid.
The name of the road, and the road in fact is like, it's basically the D&D equivalent of the Roman cobblestone roads that they created way back in the ancient times.
Okay.
Massive, like well-traveled roads, nice cobblestone. For the most part, actually very well kept. Pothole there, pothole there. Like you would see in any type of road, a little bit of erosion in one spot, some overgrown moss in another. But all in all, very, very well constructed, semi well maintained road. And it goes to the north and also to the south.
Okay.
And you remember at one point, just with a little bit of navigating, that to the south, that's where Saltmarsh is. So there's not much down there. You know that there's a couple mountain peaks from what you saw. And then there's a forest that is outside of Saltmarsh, but that was a 3-day ship travel. So
Yep.
you figure at least triple that by foot. So
Mhm.
you decide to go north, thinking that, that makes the most sense. And in fact, it actually does not take you very long. I would say maybe about a half hour on foot north of Candlekeep, you come to a small, dense forest.
Sweet. I guess another nature check to see if I can find this man a tree to cut his stick off of.
I also cast guidance for that.
So that will be a investigation.
Oh, investigation. Okay.
But
Plus 1d4.
What is
Actually, you know
your
what?
roll
No,
your
yeah,
d4
let's
so I
see.
know what it is?
Oh,
you know what? Go ahead and we'll go ahead and roll a nature check. That's fine. It could be
It
nature
didn't
or
matter.
investigation. but
They're the same.
yeah,
They're the same.
you're essentially doing the same thing.
21 plus whatever he rolls.
2.
So 23.
23. Okay. Okay, so you spend about, we'll say, a good 20 or so minutes on the outskirts of this forest.
Okay.
And while you see some decent sized branches, and as you kind of look over these trees, these are hardy oaken style trees, or oaken type, I guess is the proper term. Like redwood, oak, hardy trees. And most of the good branches you see looking up are actually pretty high, but you understanding that in order to not only climb up there is kind of a burden, you also have to break the branch off and not fall and plummet to your maybe death on trying to get some of those branches. So you opt not quite to go that route. So you begin kind of looking around, and most of the ones that you see on the ground, they don't seem to be sturdy enough. A lot of them seem to have like dry rot, or they're just completely rotted over, filled with termites, this, that, and the other. And there doesn't quite seem to be exactly what you're looking for right on the outskirts of this forest.
Can I, against my better judgment, still climb the tree?
Against
Using
your
my
better
claws,
judgment,
maybe?
Can you climb it? I mean, you can certainly try to tree. I'm not saying you can't climb it. I'm just giving you what what would probably be going through your mind.
Okay. I'm gonna take my hand axe out, put it in my mouth, and try and use my claws to climb the tree.
Okay.
Because he shouldn't need a super huge dick. He just needs something.
I foresee some Three Stooges shenanigans.
Sure.
And just, Pork Chop and I are just down there watching him.
Hold on, I'm running over my blanket. My very, very expensive blanket.
You know what? Hold on. Before you go up there, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna wait a second.
I like when you guys say that. Oh, I'm gonna do something. Hang on.
Yeah. I'm gonna like touch you on like your hip or whatever, and I'm gonna cast Spider Climb.
Spider Climb? Okay.
Interesting.
I like it.
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch gains the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving its hands free. The target also gains a climbing speed equal to its walking speed.
Okay.
My
How long does
magic.
that last? How long does that last for?
Sewers. 1 hour.
Okay.
In an attempt to impress Maise, Porkchop goes, "Watch this," and tries to climb the tree faster than Torin.
Okay. I would like you to roll an athletics check.
Torin is just walking up.
Yeah, I'm gonna literally saunter up it, kind of just looking at him, all right.
This kid.
I got a 6.
A 6?
Ooh wee, this is not gonna go well.
Oof. Okay, Pork Chop. As you try to impress Maise, and you run, and you pull out both of your daggers, flip them over so you can use them as basically picks, and you run and sink your daggers into the tree. And then you just feel your daggers begin to slide, and you look up, you're like, uh-oh, that's not good. And you can feel them, think, and you plummet, taking 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you fall completely on your ass, hitting one of the roots on the way down.
Y'all remember that the Mulan, the being man, when they're trying to go up the pole, and he bites it, trying to hold on.
I thought about
Just torched out.
I wanna like with my axe still in my mouth swipe to like kind of grab him and just miss because he already fell.
Sure, fair enough. All right, so Torin, you using spider climb, granted to you by Squeege, you're easily able to go up the 60 or so feet up to
He
where
cheated.
Oh yeah, no, these are up there, up to where you spot a couple good branches, and after you get up there, you settle yourself down on one of the more larger branches that you wouldn't cut down for this purpose. This is more of like a stability platform, essentially, that you can use to stabilize yourself as you try to get other branches around. So, go ahead and roll me another investigation check real fast to see if you can spot something that you're actually looking for, and then we will get to you. So, we're going to move over to Candlekeep real fast.
Hey, Andrew, check your DMs real quick.
I have a ton of non-combat utility spells. Like I have like a few combat spells, just for the sake of combat, but that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to get a shillelagh. But yeah, I have so much utility for us to get through obstacles and puzzles and shit.
Wonderful. We're definitely going to be using that.
So I legit played a wizard in a campaign, and the only offensive spells that I had were my cantrips until I hit level 6.
Oh, my level 6 spell is really cool, but I don't want to show it to you guys yet.
Yeah. Well, then I took Fireball, but other than that, it was all utility.
Yeah.
Fireball is the only spell you need.
I don't care how big the room is. I said I cast Fireball.
No, you need chromatic orb. I'm just saying.
Chromatic orb is good. Don't get me wrong.
There's no.
It don't hit
INT,
like
but there's
Fireball
four-
though.
What's up, babe?
Oh, just joking. I really don't think you should let me handle technology.
Well, then why are you handling technology right
I don't know why you let me do it.
now? Okay, so while Torin, Squeege, Maise, and Porkchop are finding Squeeze a perfect size goblin fits all goblins club for his shillelagh, we move over back into Candlekeep. Let's see. Let's go with Dark Knights. And oh, that's perfect.
It is cold.
Yeah, it's a little chilly down here. Link.
See.
It was easy enough for you to spot the smithy and stables when you first entered these hallowed grounds. And I say hallowed because this place is very special to you. This is the biggest repository of knowledge in all of Faerun. Something that many of the Gold Weavers have longed to get inside of.
Like a belly.
You, to your knowledge, actually being possibly the first.
Wow, you took his V card.
Possibly the first. But as you head over to the stables, kind of
Unlike
just
the
looking
belly.
around, awe-inspired by, honestly, just how fate has brought you here today within this golden repository of knowledge. You walk over to the blacksmith. You can feel the heat reverberating from the warmth. Reverberating warmth out of the forge. And as you kind of look in there, you see a very unique contraption, in fact. While most forges have a bellows that you have to manually push or pull, this one seems to be on some type of little clockwork mechanism that just spins on a gear. And it almost seems to be timed perfectly. Each bellows blow into the hot coals, igniting the fires exactly when this stout gold dwarven man puts a bit of steel or a blade inside, brings it out, and it is almost perfect heat every single time. And as you watch him walk over, boom, boom, smacking steel, heat, beat, repeat. What do you wish to do?
I'm sure there's a way to safely get his attention.
Sure. You've been around forges plenty. You know the ins and outs and the inner workings of many forges. Actually spending some of your time at the forge and smithy in Saltmarsh. So you walk around to the front on where his anvil is, and you see that he is actually in fact shirtless. Pretty chiseled, rippled muzzle for a dwarf. Very long beard, braided, almost French braided. But you can see some singe marks within his beard. Definitely from probably some close calls, being around a forge and a smith for what looks to be most likely his entire life. You see a few scars on his forearms, a few pockmarks of burns on his chest, but he actually has a braid of just golden hair that goes straight back and ends just below his shoulder blades. And on his face, he has two thick goggles and a very ornate, large nose. Small little goatee that goes into that beard. And as he is smacking this, what looks to be some type of sword or blade, you manage to get his attention just by the sheer movement. And he looks up, and you can see some soot and ash on his face, carbon marks. And he looks like he's been working diligently most of the day. And as you approach, you kind of reach out your hand, to get his attention, letting him know that you wish to approach. And he gives you a nod. And as you approach, he sets his hammer down, opens, lifts up his goggles, and he kind of just looks at you. Hey, what can I do for you?
Greetings, sir. I'm Link Tybalt, new to Candlekeep. I was hoping that before me and my party go out and seek more knowledge for the keep, that you might have a spare anvil that I might be able to use.
Oh yeah, you fancy yourself a forger, eh? A bladesmith, probably.
I'm better making a mace than a blade. My main specialty is in fine craftware. And then I'll show him some of my rings as made myself.
He kind of grabs your hand, and you can feel the grip strength that this chiseled dude has, and he kind of grabs you, pulls you forward, and as he looks at your rings, hey, that's some fine craftsmanship you got there, boy. Yeah, I think I can find you a spare anvil. You got some time to lend a hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay. We'll see what you got. We'll see what you got. And he walks over and starts moving stuff around. You can see like a couple hammers go flying, a pair of tongs, and you're like, try to dodge with he's just throwing shit behind him. You watch him grab this very, very large box and just kind of move it with one hand, and you're just, okay, this dude's,
he works out.
Probably kind of strong. And then, there it is. And you watch as he just lifts up a full up anvil by himself, waddles over to where he is, and kind of, let's go, scoot, thump. Well, get to it then. Let's see what you got.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't thank me yet. If you can't keep up, then, well, I'm gonna kick you out.
Okay.
What do you wish to do?
What do you need? Well, so it got kind of sidetracked, but what does everyone want as far as necklace, ring, bracelet, earrings?
They're not with you.
We're not there.
Well, no, I
You have
asked
to
them before they
guess.
left,
No
but
metagaming, you
the
bitch.
story kind of got.
If we didn't get to it,
Carried
we
away.
didn't get to it. You're gonna have to use
Alright.
your link brain.
Okay, what is it? How many? Let's see,
You
we got-
may consult your notes, but yes, right now they are not with you, so you actually can't physically re-ask them.
5. Okay, so we're gonna go. Ooh.
Oh, there we go. That's good.
Okay. Ring, necklace, bracelet, earring, and a circlet. I'm taking ones that were already purchased and essentially modifying them. So I'm not making from scratch.
Okay. Okay. So.
And then I know I brought this up to you before. I have 5 blue sapphires.
You have 5 blue sapphires. Okay.
Yes. Valued at 1,000 gold each.
Okay.
And I'm assuming those are what I'm going to have to use as far as my crafting materials.
Okay, so what are you actually trying to craft?
I am trying to craft resistance to cold damage.
Okay, so basically the ring of resistance to cold damage, essentially.
Correct.
But in different jewelry forms.
I mean, for narrative purposes, I mean, come on, let's have some fun with that.
No, for sure, 100%. No, I'm 100% all about that. All right. Let me pull up the ring of.
I mean, because Torn, he uses his hands to fuck everything up, so I don't want to put any rings on his fingers when he might be wearing gauntlets or something later on down the road.
Makes sense. Okay, ring of cold resistance. All right. Ring of cold resistance. You have resistance to cold damage. Well, no shit. Super descriptive. Ring rare. Okay. That's fine.
And if a whole sapphire is overkill for the project, I would like to maybe crack 1.5, and if I have time, make something for myself. But right now, I'm making stuff for them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, because I'm little, so I can't have a whole one, right? And he's little.
Well, I mean, when you craft stuff, you craft it to the person you're crafting it for.
And material components. But the material component for this is going to be the jewel. And so for certain stuff, there has to be a certain value to it in order for the spell to take effect.
Yep. Doop 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 doop. Okay, let me look at this real fast.
And then so I don't have to waste your time either. When I want to sell stuff, is it just the value in half?
Say what?
When I want to sell stuff, like just extra shit, because like I'm still carrying on weapons from dudes that we killed like a year ago. Like I got a studded leather here in the bag of holding that I want to get rid of.
I mean, you essentially, yeah, you can. Well, see.
So, half the gold value.
You have to physically find places that are willing to buy it.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like it would be dependent on the shop.
If you have,
oh yeah, no, yeah, like when
if you have stewards that can do it on your behalf, then yes, that's easy. We can come up with just an easy price where they can negotiate. But until you have that, you have to physically go do it yourself, because that is a way for me to control what you guys get, and it keeps you from rage looting literally everything and carrying a bunch of shit you probably don't need.
Yeah, no worries.
Andrew would hate when I play RuneScape.
That's different though. That's a video game. This is D&D.
Yeah, this is much more important.
Yeah, this is the real world. What are you talking about? Okay, downtown. There we go.
So what? You
keep up.
filled your bank in Van Rock. Just get the fucking membership. I'm just kidding.
No, I have the membership.
Sorry, I'm looking
just
for
kidding.
something specific.
I just like loot everything and then I keep everything and then to sell.
It's the best way to do it.
I know, dude. I've never had to like actually buy really anything because what I do is like build my like skill level up to do what I need to do, and then by then I have like a shit ton of stuff, whether that's like food that I've cooked to get my cooking level up or whatever. I'm like, yeah. But I'm also like that in life. Like,
There we go, crafting.
oh.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, so that one's that. That's what I'm looking for right there. Where is this? This is here. Oh, fuck. Ah, panic. There we go. There we go. Crafting time and cost. Okay. Now I know because you're an artificer and your feet, you have something that like halves the time and quarters the cost, or some other. Correct?
Yeah.
What exactly does that state? Just so I'm tracking when we do this.
And let me.
Yeah, nerd.
Quick.
What does it state?
So if you use artificer. No, that's the right tool for the right job.
Yeah, nerd, the right tool.
Expertise.
Yeah, nerd, the expertise.
Damn it, that might actually be a later. I think that's in, what is it? The Xanthar's Guide to.
Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Yeah.
I don't think that has any extra artificer stuff in there. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
In crafting, I think it is.
Well, I know crafting is a thing, but I was under the assumption that you picked up something specific for an artificer that halves like the time or something or other.
It does, but I don't think that comes until a little later. Let me double check.
That's what I need to check, because if you yeah.
I don't see artificer listed in Xanathar's Guide.
Yeah,
I have it right here in my hands.
Xanathar's doesn't have any extra artificer stuff. It's most of the artificer stuff is only in the Eberron Guide.
No, it's not specific to artificers.
It's for crafting, right? The specific.
Yeah,
is,
specifically for crafting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Link, while you look that up, we'll move back to
Tasha's
the
Cauldron
rest of
has
the party.
artificer stuff.
So, Torin, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 17. What'd you say it was? Nature?
Nature, investigation, whatever's higher.
They're the same.
Okay, well,
so plus 6.
Nature's fine then.
23.
23. Okay, easy enough. So as you're sitting on this very, very large branch, you take a moment to gather your surroundings. You're, 60 some odd feet in the air, and you can actually kind of see off into the distance. Because of where this forest sits, it's actually very close to the coast. You can see Candlekeep off in the distance, all beautiful, and even off into the other sides, you see things and stuff. Things, guys. I see things.
I love
very
things
off
and
into the
stuff.
distance. You see a very, very large forest. You venture probably half a day by foot. The biggest thing that catches your eye, though, before you start looking at branches is more northward. You see a very, very large, sprawling city. Bigger than any of the ones that you've currently been to. Maybe outside of Sigil had you actually gone into that city. But throughout your time, and now that even with your memories back, you really haven't been to too many big metropolitan-like cities. But this one definitely sticks out. You see some of the fortified walls, you see a few of the guard towers, and just kind of barely almost like specks or ants, you see humanoid figures going to and from, small, what looks to be caravans or something or other that are crossing a bridge to get into this city. Let me pull up said city to make sure I'm giving you a better description real fast. Where are you? No. Come on. But yeah, no, that's a pretty accurate description. You do notice that there seems to be a lot of stuff kind of going on, but I mean, you're looking pretty far, and you're straining your Dragonborn eyes trying to make this out, but you can in fact see what looks to be a very, very large city up to the north.
Okay.
But while you are in fact looking for a very nice goblin-sized club, you do in fact find one that you think would benefit Squeege very, very well.
Well, go ahead and lop that thing off.
All right, easy enough. Go ahead and just for shits and gigs, go ahead and make me a. We'll do an attack roll with your strength modifier.
Strength modifier.
Why not?
And I found it.
You found it?
So, it is.
Just
I got it at
highlight it and send it to me in a Discord chat real fast.
Okay.
So with my strength modifier, right?
Yep.
So 3 plus 13.
13? Okay, easy enough. Easy enough. So you give it a couple whacks, and you're able to actually get it off. And Squeech, how tall are you?
3 foot.
3 foot? Okay. I would say you were able, Torin, you're able to get this essentially almost like 4 foot branch off, and then you're sitting there looking at it, and then you look down at Squeege and you're like, oh yeah, duh, and you go to snap it on your knee, and you end up snapping it at the exact 2 1/4 inch length.
Wow, I'm good.
Yeah, and you kind of look at this like, this should work, and if it doesn't, well, you got the other part.
I'll bring them both down. While I'm up there, though,
Sure.
I just want to make like a crude little drawing of the things that I'm seeing, just sitting on the branch real quick.
What are you drawing?
Super
into?
crude, like the stuff that I can see, like the skyline that I can see.
Yeah, but like, what are you using to draw?
I'll just like prick my finger, I guess, and then draw with that.
Onto what?
I do have some paper.
Do you
I
have
think.
parchment and things to
I
utilize?
think I have parchment. Hold on, let me see if I have the paper still.
Most of you guys have parchment.
I don't think I have parchment. I think I have like just. Let me see. Skate rations, center box, torch, water skin. I don't. I thought I had some. Never mind then.
Okay. Easy enough, man.
A really good mental note.
Yep.
We'll see what he's able to describe to Link later. Okay, so while Torin is working his way back down this very large tree from 60 feet up, what are the rest of you doing, actually?
Are we still in the forest?
Yeah, the rest of you are at the base of this tree.
Yeah, so I'm like hunting for like anything that I can put in a potion, like down to like grass blades.
Okay.
So like any herbs, any plants, flowers. I mean, mushrooms, I'm definitely going to be having like them test before I pick them. If I see any of that. So like, can I roll perception to see what I see?
This is going to be a nature check, actually.
Okay.
$21.
18 plus 3.
Okay, and then Link, that's for you specifically, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, cool. We'll get back to that in a second. That's a dope. Is that a feat or is that an artificer specialty?
That's just when I hit 10th level as an artificer.
Okay, so it's an artificer specific thing. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Dope. 21. Okay. You take a gander around. Are you proficient in medicine?
Yes.
I would hope so. You are a cleric. But hey, you know what? Sometimes clerics are not proficient in medicine. You gather around and just take a look-see-loo at this little forest area of where you're at. And while there's not too much at the outskirts of the forest, you do spot a few curious items. You see a small bush, prickly in nature. And on this bush, you see a very bright white flower. And with that flower, right underneath, there's 4 small pink-like berries.
Do I recognize them?
Based off your 21, are you actually proficient in nature?
Yes, nature and medicine.
You actually have proficiencies in.
Yeah, it's in my
Okay.
name. I think I got it when we were at like level 7.
Okay, cool.
When I became
Then I would say. Yeah, you do recognize these berries. They're known as a Hollandberry.
like a Holland rabbit.
No, I thought that was Holland lot. But yes,
It is
Hollandberry.
Holland, okay.
Okay. And then you also find some thistles, pink in nature. You find a few ettercap mushrooms.
Okay.
And we'll say, just for shits and gigs, you also find poison ivy.
Okay. I would like to keep
wait, hold on,
the
hold on.
berries.
Sorry. One more thing. You also find a vine that is very curious. On this vine, there are multiple leaves. And in these leaves, you see a small bloom of a very interesting looking and intricate looking flower. And it's almost as if these actually, no, let me think. Am I saying that right? Just kidding. Retconning that. Not the vine. You find a small sapling tree. This is a little bit better. This actually would make more sense. You find a small sapling tree. And as you kind of look over this sapling tree, you're looking at the bark. Just because it's curious. Because while most of these hardy trees have the standard bark you would normally see, this one is they're very, very particular. Because this bark actually looks like shredded bits of cloth or cloak. And as you kind of look around, you spot a few saplings here, a few saplings there that have the same type of bark. And as you look to your right and your left, you do in fact actually notice, just because you did roll pretty high, that some of even the larger trees have this same type of bark.
Okay.
And this is a bark you do not recognize.
So I would like to do a couple things.
Okay.
I have like little pouches. It's what it's like linked next to the pouches, and it says 12. So I would like to pick some of the flowers, the berries, and the thistles, and I'm not gonna touch the poison ivy. And then the trees in a separate little pouch. And a whole bunch of the bark. And sapling. I would like to put some dirt in a pouch. And then see if I can dig one of the saplings and then just carry it. Yes.
Okay.
I would
I'm well aware that you would do that in real life. I'm just laughing. Okay, fair enough. So we'll say for the better part of narrative and brevity, you spend about 35 to 40 minutes doing all those things. We'll say that you have about a cup of holland berries, 3 ettercap mushrooms, you weren't ready to write all this down, were you?
Well, no. If I'm being honest,
absolutely not.
normally, Link does that.
I have a question.
What's up?
While all this is happening, I'm coming down the tree, but can I look and see what time of day it is?
We're getting to the evening time.
Okay. Moon is not quite out yet.
3 ettercap mushroom heads. 4 thistles.
Okay.
And I would say a half a pound of cloth-like bark.
And one sapling.
For the sapling, I would like you to roll an intelligence check first. What do you plan on digging this out with?
I am.
Okay. So first roll me an intelligence check.
That is top.
Attack. 22. Okay. So you, after you gather everything else, you look at the sapling, trying to wonder how exactly you want to go about doing this. Kind of look around, see that this is a very young sapling, and you think you spot a good spot to kind of begin digging. So you kind of move it, use your fingertips and move the dirt around a little bit until you start spotting what looks to be some of the small roots. I'd like you to roll a dexterity check, please. Okay. So as you move about and unearth some of these roots, you do manage to just ever so gingerly move the dirt around these roots and get a better understanding of how this thing is kind of dug into the earth below. What do you plan on putting this thing in?
I told you, my little pouch. I'm just gonna put some dirt in
Okay,
there.
so this
put my sapling.
sapling, it's not like this. This is like a 3-foot sapling.
Okay, you need me a better description on that one. 'Cause saplings are like.
Okay, you know what? Okay,
Okay, so I put it in my little
fair
pouch.
enough.
If not, I'm gonna take off my
I was
boots and I'm gonna
misunderstanding.
fill it with
Okay,
dirt.
I figured when I think of sapling, I think of like 3-foot little. But you're the gardener, so you tell me.
No, I was thinking
A little
like this.
teeny ass tree, like a little bonsai tree.
Yeah, but like little. And then if you still want to go with your 3-foot series, I'm gonna take off my boots.
Okay, we'll call it 2-foot just because I'm gonna make you take your boot off now.
Okay, well I take off my boot and I fill it full of dirt.
Marriage, at its height, right there.
She's like,
Alright.
fuck you too then.
So you now have a 2-foot sapling of the same cloth-like bark of the bigger trees you found. Would anybody else like to do anything before we conclude in the forest? Or if you guys want to push farther into the forest, by all means, I'm not going to stop you.
Fuck no, we got what we need.
I gingerly climbed a tree and keeping Overwatch.
Yep, we're getting out of there.
I will say, for after the nice little fall you had, you decide to pick a slightly smaller tree to where you can actually get up just enough where you can kind of see into the forest. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Ooh. So I rolled a 6, but anything 9 or lower becomes a 10, and then I got plus 10, so dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Okay. Nice.
Not anything, but what I'm proficient at.
Yeah, as you glance about, because the twilight is starting to hit and the sun is going down, and you're a human and you don't have dark vision, you do spot just at the very cusp of the max of your vision what looks to be some type of toppled stone structure of some type. It doesn't look very big, but you can just barely make out. It looks like it might have been some type of statue.
Ooh, a statue. Where's Squeege in this? Is he under the tree that I climbed?
I don't know, Squeege, where are you?
Sorry, is Torin down yet?
I would say at this point he's down.
Do I have to stick?
Torin?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him literally both of the sticks.
I'm gonna take the one that's bigger. And I'm going to cast Shillelagh. And as I cast Shillelagh, you guys are gonna see like kind of like rat like tendrils kind of coalesce from like my palm where I'm holding the stick and like spiral downwards, kind of infusing itself with the wood and turning into wood. And from like little cracks and crevices, you guys see like mushrooms and like mushrooms and like moss kind of growing out of it, and like the top of the shillelagh, like it kind of thickens up and makes kind of a rat-like head. And I'm gonna look at it and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna swing it at Pork Chop.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
It will be. Ooh, shit. Plus 9, 23.
23. Pork chop. I'm pretty sure that hits.
I don't know.
Oh, well, actually, Pork chop is technically still in the tree on Overwatch, so you wouldn't be able to reach it.
Oh yeah,
shadows.
he's up there.
He doesn't know I'm there.
All right, I'm gonna swing it at the tree that Pork Chop is on. That you said that tree was slightly brittle, right?
It wasn't slightly brittle. It's just slightly smaller. But we'll say for funsies, the 23, you smack it against the tree. I would like Pork Chop to roll a dexterity save, please.
Dex save.
Not really from the impact of him hitting the tree. It's more of just the loud crack that you weren't expecting.
22.
Okay. I would say 22. You are able to kind of, as Squeege smacks the tree with everything that he has, including his little fury, or what is it, Fury of the Small?
Yeah.
While he is smacking a very hard tree, it's the loud crack that actually kind of makes a lot of you jump, including you, Porkchop. And as you kind of jump and get startled, you realize that you actually unasked yourself from the branch, and you begin falling backwards. But with your dexterous-like abilities of being a rogue, you are able to actually lock your kneecaps down, your inner legs around the branch, and kind of just do like a little backflip off the branch, catching yourself on the ground.
Hell yeah.
Does he land next to me?
He does, in fact, land next to you.
All right, I'm gonna make another swing at him.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your attack.
You little
against
bitch.
him.
Oh shit! 23 again. Let's go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You're just waxing the fuck out of Porkchop.
I'm just trying to. Listen. I'm just trying to see if it works.
This is going to be the 2 good rolls he gets, and then when you go into combat, it's going to be nothing but nat 1.
Yep.
All right, so obviously, Porkchop, that hits.
It's gonna be 13 points of damage.
I get hit. I catch myself from falling over. I turn around and I say, I'm neither the judge nor the jury, but I will be your executioner if you keep doing this shit.
That's the first time Porkchop gets
I'm-
mad.
I'm gonna ignore him. I'm gonna look at my stick. And, this is a really good stick. All right, thanks, Torin.
What does
not
Porkchop
the
have on him?
intended, not the intended use, but
I'll have to see if it works.
Does Porkchop have like anything like tucked into like his waistband or like a belt or something?
You tell me, it's your character.
I'm not Porkchop, sorry, Squeech.
Yeah, if you want a pouch full of like sludgy good berries.
Yep, I'm taking the pouch.
No, not my berries.
Okay,
No,
go ahead
but he
and make a
doesn't know.
sleight of hand check. Squeege, go ahead and make an insight check against his sleight of hand.
I got a 23 now, motherfucker. 11 plus 12.
I
12
got
plus 11.
18 plus insight is plus 5, 23.
Oh! A tie! A tie. Okay, so you know what this means,
I say
right?
roll off.
It means you both roll a d20 and add your initiative modifier.
Okay, his is going to be much higher.
I got a
Mine is-
17.
I got a 13.
So, as you...
Fucking rogues with their damn high.
I know, right? So, Squeege, as you watch him try to grab your satchel of sludge berries, he feints with one hand, making you watch the one while he reaches underneath and grabs it with the other hand and snatches it off your belt, and then holds it up in front of you.
No, I'm gonna start jumping. No, give me back my berries. Actually,
You promise not to hit me again with that thing?
Well, eat a berry. Go ahead and eat a berry. See what
I
happens.
take a berry out and I like slurp it from the satchel. From the
Oh yeah, it's it heals you for 1d4. With the berry, or is it just 4? Eating a berry restores a hit point. Yeah. Okay. So it restores a hit point.
Just one?
Oh, yeah.
Just one berry. One berry is 1 hit point.
Okay.
After I eat this, I'm doing my own con save. Hold on. I got an 11. Would that be a sludgy, disgusting berry, Dungeon Daddy?
Oh, yeah, no, these things are they're not putrid, but they are, it's like slurping down a booger.
Yeah, but would an 11 beat it or not?
No, I would say you're able to hold it. It's not a super high DC to keep it. It's it would be like essentially swallowing a raw oyster. For some,
Yeah.
like me, I like raw oysters. For others, like my wife, she does not. So my constitution is a lot higher when it would come to that. So I would say for you, being that 10 is the average, we'll say 11 beats it.
In addition, by eating that good berry, you are sustained for the rest of the day.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I puke a little bit in my mouth, but it stays down.
All right.
That's extra nourishment.
That's re-nourishment.
So,
You guys are fucking gross.
you have gathered berries and sticks and herbs and flowers.
Oh, wait, guys. There was a thing over here. I can't really see. My eyes don't work well in the shadows. Only my body does.
Real quick, DM. As Link is working, and Porkchop gets hit with the shillelagh, for some unknown reason, Link just kind of has a sense of joy
Knock it off.
as he's working.
Maze.
Here.
You like old things, right?
So, for you,
Yeah.
Link, the items that you are trying to fuck, I can't even talk. The items you are trying to craft at the moment is a ring or necklace or whatever. Insert jewelry here of cold resistance.
Correct.
That is considered a rare item. The work time is 10 work weeks per item. 2,000 gold per item.
Holy shit.
I know. I will say, however, from what I'm understanding of this, that would essentially, in my eyes, that would be to do it from scratch. You have items. You are basically just affixing a sapphire to a ring or jewel, or I'm sorry, a piece of jewelry, correct? Like you explain to me what exactly you're trying to make.
So, so set the stone into the jewelry itself,
Sure.
and then however it is, basically pour the arcane energy and essence that I need to, using the sapphire as the focus to allow for cold resist.
Okay, so here's the thing with enchanting. In order to enchant something, you either have to have the scroll to enchant with, or the spell prepared.
So I don't have the spell prepared, however, I have an infusion with cold resist.
Okay, that could work.
That I've already made. So I currently have cold resist with the boots that I'm wearing from my infusion.
Okay, and that is why artificers are so powerful right there, ladies and gentlemen. Because they can infuse things and do all the things like that. Okay, so we'll say, because you're not actually making it from scratch, you are proficient with jewelers, and you have a jeweler's kit, I hope.
Huh?
Okay.
I do.
I will say then, for how many rings, what all are you making? You said rings.
In total 5.
Circlet.
A ring, necklace, bracelet, earrings, and then I thought one of the ladies would like a little circlet.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I'd like a circlet.
I want the circlet.
None of you
I
are
want
there.
the circlet.
I'm a little lady.
None of you are there. Okay, so we have...
Damn it.
Let me write this down.
I'm just a little
I'm
guy.
tracking. Okay, so link crafting. This is about to be about to start making a whole tome of Link is crafting. All right, so we have ring. Just one.
See.
Okay. Circlet.
Mm-hmm.
Necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Earrings.
Or earring, either.
Either or, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually earrings, I mean, you make them in pairs. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And what was the fifth one?
Bracelet.
Bracelet. And as far as you have all the components, right? You have a ring, you have a circlet, you have a necklace, you have earrings, you have a bracelet.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have sapphires for each one of those.
Correct.
Clean that table, girlie. Clean it. Yeah.
I am building a planner, and I'm using rubber glue, and it is.
And they're 1,000
WD-40 gets
1,000
a
gold
lot of it off
apiece.
too, and so does Gooby Gone.
I have to do
Oh, okay. WD-40 also works really well. Don't know why, but it does.
Okay, I will say, because I don't really agree with that. We'll say,
The guidance in the book does seem to be like an inordinate amount of time.
well, yeah, I mean, it's best thing about D&D, especially for you, chat, listening, is it's always up to the DM what they want to do. That is just a baseline of what I can follow. I can do this however I want to do it.
Yeah, because I know like certain things, like when I make healing potions, I don't even have to roll for them anymore.
I was just telling Cameron, if I take a point into Life Cleric, each good berry heals for 4 HP.
Nice. That's dope.
And I can make 10 good berries.
Hell yeah, dude.
What do you say about a cleric?
If he drops,
If
drops a point in cleric.
Yeah, 1 point in Cleric, which I'm thinking of doing because like life would kind of fit into this whole cycle of rebirth thing that I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Link, I will say for the ring, 3 days. The circlet will take 2 days. The necklace and earrings will take 4 days. And the bracelet will take 2 days.
I'm sorry, can you give me that one more time?
Alright, so the circlet and the bracelet
Yep, 2 days.
will take 2 days.
Yep.
The ring, 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Necklace and earrings, 4 days.
Okay.
That is based on a 8-hour work day.
Okay, cool. Because I'm working with soft metal, do I need a forge to do this in the future? Can I just use my jeweler's kit?
Hold on, my wife is scrubbing super hard and it's really loud. What'd you say?
I said. So, given the fact that I'm using soft metal, like gold,
Sure.
do I need a forge to do this in the future, or can I use my jeweler's kit?
Depends on what you're making.
With these. With this project specifically.
I would say because you're not actually melting metal down, you wouldn't need the forge, but you're going to need a very quiet, like secluded study, laboratory type area. Not maybe lab's not the right. That's not the right word.
A workspace.
You need a workshop. Like you're gonna need a quiet workshop to not be disturbed, because what you're doing isn't really like, you're not bladesmithing or forge welding. You're doing jewelry work, which is very intricate and very delicate. It requires a lot of dexterity, actually. So you don't actually necessarily need the forge. You need basically a quiet corner in the middle of nowhere where nobody's gonna come fuck with you.
Okay. I'm going to start on the circlet.
Okay. Okie dokie. Are you doing it at the forge?
Yeah, I'm already there, yeah.
No. Okay, so you move on back to a smaller... You move back away from where the dwarf is hammering on what looks to be some type of blade. And you move on back to a more little secluded area within the blacksmith. And the forge does sit technically outside, but there is actually a workshop attached to this building that is mostly closed off. And after talking with the dwarf for a minute, he understands that you're going to go inside and work on some more intricate things that don't require banging metal or banging hot metal. Easy enough. So,
Crazy.
while Link is doing this, the rest of you are still right outside this forest. Do you wish to head back, or what do you wish to do?
There was a thing that I saw, Maze, if you want to go see it with me.
I want to head back, but
No, you're coming too.
no, I'm gonna
Yes,
go back.
You are, you little lizard.
I
think
have
that-
something else
that's
to
racist.
do, so.
I don't think it's appropriate to say that.
Big lizard. Maze, you want to go see this thing?
Yeah, I'm down.
Anybody else? It's some statue
Yeah.
thing. I take him to the broken down statue.
Okay, go ahead and
Or what I
you
think
roll
it
your
is.
investigation check. Or I'm sorry, roll an investigation check to see if you remember
Investigation.
if you remember its general vicinity. Torn, are you going with them or are you headed back to Candlekeep?
15.
I'm going back to Candlekeep.
15. Okay. Okay. Easy enough. So after, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes, you lead the rest of the Misfires, minus Torin and Link, deeper into this forest. And as you move deeper into the forest, you are able to kind of spot as the the sunlight begins to get ever so darker, and you're hitting the twilight area of the evening. You move forward, and you do spot what looks to be the ruins of some type of statue. You see a very large stone altar, about, I would say, probably about 2 foot across, maybe a foot or so back, and then it sits about roughly a foot high. And on that, you just see a pair of, well, not a pair, but you see what is left of the entity's feet, clad in iron boots, or iron-like boots. Anyway, but it goes up to about where the kneecaps are, and from there it looks as this statue was either pulled down or pushed down, or if weather finally just hit it or something smacked it and just broke at the kneecaps. And as you kind of look around, you see bits of the upper torso in one area, you spot part of the head in another, but most all in all of this statue is just rubble.
Hey, Squeege, watch this. And I get my knees onto where the statue's knees stop. And I pose with my, like I'm flexing like a, kind of like an Olympic pose on the statue, so it looks like the statue's feet are mine.
Okay.
Anyway, so you remember that stone? Oh, wait, was I there when he did the stone shape thing? I don't think I've seen him do stone shape. Never mind.
No.
I wonder who this was.
Is it? So you said it was just the lower half?
It's just the knees down.
Knees down.
He had an above the knee amputation from
Maybe
the rest of his body.
Well, maybe it's just a pair of feet.
Oh, I mean, there seems to be more stone over here,
Where?
back behind the feet.
Well, let's put it together.
That's a long puzzle, and it's pretty freaking heavy.
You got it. You can lift it.
I don't know. I don't really want to. Remember when he beat me with that stick?
Yeah.
This
and
is. I'm cashing in my favor. You do it.
All right. I'm gonna walk up to the biggest piece of stone statue I can find and attempt to pick it up.
Okay. So you spot what looks to be what you think is most likely the upper torso area. You do see what looks to be a gauntlet of some type holding maybe a sword or some type of weapon, but it's been broken off, so you can't actually tell what type of weapon it is. But you see a hilt. Odds are, kind of looks like the hilt of a sword. So go ahead and roll a strength check. This upper torso is probably about twice your size. Sweet.
6. Don't you love it when the dice rolls fit the narrative?
That's my favorite. So you manage to kind of get your hands around where you think you have a really good grip, and you give everything that you have. You see his, veins bulging in your neck, and just the strain and the sweat coming out, and then your hands just slip off, and it doesn't budge.
All right, now I'm gonna wild shift into a bear-sized rat and attempt to pick it up again.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll another strength check with your new bear-like rat. Or I'm sorry, rat-like bear.
2.
Oh my god, you fucking.
Well, +2 for I think bears have either a 14 or 16 strength, but it's still less than 6.
Yeah. So you go, and for some reason you can't even grip it. Like your claws are just slipping off of it at this point.
If you can't do it, then I'm cashing in another favor later. Heave!
Maise, while all this is going on, what are you doing? Are you just watching and chuckling to yourself like these dudes are idiots?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm popping some berries that I found on a bush.
Oh no.
Which berries?
They're good berries, already checked. It's okay.
Which berries?
They're blackberries.
You don't know that.
I do because they look like blackberries.
You do not.
And they grew in my home.
These are berries you picked from your home, or you picked out of the forest you were just in?
No, that I picked from home, and they're in my little pouch.
Okay. Just clarifying.
If I picked what we were in, then I'd be like frickin' pork chop and have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay. She's like, I'm not an idiot.
Sometimes I do use my noggin, okay?
Yeah, in my giant rat form, I'm gonna turn back to pork chop and start making giant rat puppy dog eyes that I can't lift it.
Fair enough.
All that rat and no strength.
I can't talk in wild shape. I'm just making noises.
I start making noises back at him.
Torn, at this point, you have made your way back into Candlekeep with no issues, unmolested.
Wait, I have a last
This
thing.
is good.
Get
This
three.
is great. While
Yes.
I'm there, I would like to go and see if I can find some maps.
Some maps?
Yeah,
Maps of what?
just the area around us, so I can figure out what that
Just,
big
a
town.
map of, the Sword Coast, the most famous place in Faerun.
Well, you said that it was fairly close. You said it was fairly close to us, so I would say, like, I don't know, a 10-kilometer by 10-kilometer map. If it was close enough for me to see people, it was definitely within 10 kilometers.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just. That's essentially what you're asking for. You're asking for a map of the most famous coast in all of Faerun. But fun fact, Torn, you wouldn't actually know that. But yes, okay, we'll get to that in a second. Just go ahead. Are you just walking up to a random avowed member, or what are you doing?
The same people who were bringing us the books, I'll just be like, hey, you guys do anything with map? Yeah, yep. And then be like, hey, you guys got maps? Let me see the maps, girl.
Okay.
Or guy.
We'll say, just for ease of narrative, they are in the process of trying to locate you a map, a master tome.
Thank you.
The rest of you that are outside of Candlekeep, you are now just sitting at a random broken statue.
Wait, Kithri, aren't you like holy or something?
Yes, I am.
I don't think she
Art
has any holes on her.
We've all got buttholes, Squeege. The art statues usually like gods.
They can be, yeah.
You think you can recognize this one?
You can't recognize a god by their feet.
Yes,
Oh yeah, I'm wild shaping back.
Yeah, can I roll, like, perception?
Go ahead and roll a religion check. You are trying to identify said being. Okay, I'm sorry. What'd you roll again, dude? 18. Okay. So while you're looking around, you go over to the. First, you go over to the head, or what was left of the head, and you look it over, and you can tell just by the overall shape of the head, the high jawline, or more, I'd say more square jawline. This was definitely a male deity of some type. And as you kind of look around, you move over to the upper torso area and begin just kind of looking it over, understanding that a lot of statues to deities usually tend to have some type of sigil or symbol that is stamped for their deity. And you do, in fact, actually spot a symbol. It is a symbol of a paw with a star in the middle of it. Yeah, a paw print with a 5-pointed star in its center. And then the paw print looks as though it is some type of bear or badger type creature. But just kind of looking around anywhere else, you don't really find any other relevant information. This isn't really a deity that you are very familiar with, but you do get the sense that this is some type of lesser nature deity.
You think it's good? Was this a good boy or?
I don't know, because I don't act like there's nothing for me to actually recognize other than the symbol, which I don't. It sounds like I don't recognize.
We should.
But we're taking note of it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
easy enough, I mean, you can write it down.
Bring that
try
to the library of knowledge. And we head back, because that's all I saw.
Let's head back. Easy enough.
Unless there was an offerings thing.
You did not in fact see it.
Oh.
Can you grab that? Can you please grab my dice?
I'm cold. Is it gonna be good?
No, I just dropped it. I was messing around with it.
12.
Okay, so at this point, you have made it back to Candlekeep. Torn, I know you wanted to do something right when you arrived, so we'll do that real fast.
Okay.
And then we'll take a quick break while I go to the bathroom. So, what you got?
I'm just trying to figure out what the town was that I saw. Because I recognized everything else.
Right,
I just
right.
want to know why
Well,
I didn't really know what the town was.
okay, so we'll say for roughly about 10 or so minutes pass while you await one of the Avowed to bring you a map of the general area. And that is not an issue so long as I have the digital version of what I need. Up. Give you a very, very lovely map. No problem. as the Avowed brings you back the map, you can tell that this thing's been used quite a bit. But it gives you a generalized idea of the area. And this is what you see within your Discord message. Essentially what you see is a scrolled up bit of parchment from what is known as the High Road, the Tradeway, and the Coastway. At the very top of the map you spot the City of Splendors, known as Waterdeep. And then you also spot Candlekeep, and then down at the bottom you see the Cloud Peaks, which is the mountain range right before you get to Salt Marsh. I understand for actual narrative and lore purposes, Salt Marsh is in fact not on Faerun, but in my world it is.
Okay.
Salt Marsh is actually part of the Greyhawk campaign segment. But in my version of Faerun, it is down there. I really actually like using Salt Marsh as a town. It's a very
Fair enough.
Very nice small town for adventurers to gather and become a party.
Sweet. All right. So that means that the city I saw was Baldur's Gate.
It was, in fact.
And we were in Cloakwood.
We were in the Cloakwood Forest.
Yep. Okay, that's good to know. All right.
Alright, so Link, real fast, I would like you to roll a Tinker check.
Can I throw an Arcana?
Well, this is first to affix the sapphire to the circlet.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is purely mechanical. So it's going to be a Tinker check using your dexterity and your proficiency bonus.
Okay. My brain is not braining right now. I cannot math. Give me a second.
Totally understand it, brother. Totally understand it.
27.
27, good enough. Because you are proficient in jeweler's kits and jewelry and crafting in general, you are within... Within a very easy time frame, you are in fact able to affix the sapphire into the circlet that you are in fact working on. Thus, actually doing it ahead of schedule. It in fact only took you roughly about the time from the rest of the party leaving to coming back, which I would say, for the sake of time-wise, 2 to 3 hours. I mean, you guys are out there for a while. You know what? We'll call it 4. We'll say you have it, just because the super high roll. So we'll say you have the time, because it was really originally going to take 8 hours. So we'll say for 4 hours you're able to affix that sapphire into that ring, allowing the rest of the party to go out to the Cloakwood Forest, retrieve things that they wanted, check out a small little statue or shrine or whatever it was. And then return unmolested and unscathed, now bringing us to the evening time here on the Sword Coast. Torin, you are outside. Go ahead and roll me a nature check for the moon. I understand that you want to do this.
Yes.
So, I'm already tracking. Don't worry.
Nature check. Nature check. That is cocked as fuck. I'm gonna roll it on my dog. What do we get? 19.
Okay. Easy enough to see the moon and find it. And you notice that it is 3/4 full.
3/4 full. Taking note of that. Okay, the next thing I would like to do, while I'm still here, can I speak to the vows? Ask them for a copy of a map. I'll purchase it, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
And then also, I would like to get a book on the lunar phase, just so I can figure out with actual how long it takes.
A book on the lunar phase, lunar phases.
Mm-hmm.
Write that down. And then as far as the let's see, where is the house of the as far as you getting a map.
Well, I mean, I have that map in my thing. If you just want to say I purchased it, and
Well, so this is how Candlekeep works. Anything that you wish transcribed, it has a cost. Regardless if you can just outright purchase it or not, they're going to transcribe it because they still need that.
Yep.
Easy, 2 gold. Nothing crazy.
Easy.
Yeah, 2 gold. 2 gold to transcribe that map.
Okay.
Easy enough because you're not asking for a full book or anything crazy. At this point, the rest of the party, you all have returned. Link finishing up his work at the blacksmith, affixing a sapphire to a ring. What do you wish to do, Mighty Misfires? Link, you technically are still at the smithy, but everybody else is gathered around the Court of Air. Where do you wish to go? What do you wish to do?
Hey, how did Tor get back in here if you have that letter thing, Kithri?
The letter thing?
Yeah, to get us back into the thing, the Candlekeep, right?
We have a 10-day pass.
We have a standing invitation currently.
You're not there, Link, unless you have rejoined them.
No, sorry.
Oh, I thought he was a little sneaky boy learning from the best.
Oh, but he's sneakier than you.
You're right. And I fade into the shadows.
I hear his butt cheeks clapping as he's fading away.
I just like to say I did roll a 22.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's like the third lowest I can roll.
They're quietly clapping.
Quietly clapping into the night. Alright. So, with that, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break because I really need to use the restroom, and that will give us a quick little chance to come up with what we want to do next. Grab drinks, grab snacks. So, chat, internet, all my friends at home, don't go anywhere. There's more intriguing things to happen here on Final Roll TV for the Misadventures of the Mighty Misfires. We will be right back. And welcome back to Final Roll TV, a High Order Entertainment production, or High Order Entertainment Studios production. I will remember, the more I say it, the more I'll remember it. I hope you guys really enjoy the acronym of High Order Entertainment Studios. For those that have not picked up on it yet, it is HOSE. You're welcome.
We love the
For the uninitiated, a high order.
1 second, I'm
is
gonna.
a chemical detonation where it breaks the speed of sound. High order detonation.
Kaboom.
So, we left off with the Misfires kind of just milling about. Candlekeep, doing tasks here, looking for things there, even venturing out into the Cloakwood Forest to gather sticks and berries, while Link is hard at work at the Hammer and Smith, or I'm sorry, at the smithy and stables. So, that is literally where we left off. You guys have really not actually done a whole lot. You actually really haven't. Just surprisingly, you actually really have not done all that much. You've been asking questions, doing role-playing, gathering items, and things of that
I found a
nature,
stick.
which I'm all for it. I love it. This is what characters do in their downtime. There's nothing wrong with that. So, Mighty Misfires, you have gathered yourselves once again at the hearth, enjoying ale, enjoying food, and enjoying drink. However, one of your compatriots is in fact still missing. Link, still diligently working hard at the blacksmith. Or so he thought. Link, what exactly are you actually doing at the blacksmith?
Working on the circlet.
You have concluded your work for the day.
In that case, I'm gonna go back to oh god damn it. The pillars of pedagogy, and I'm going to. I would like to know how much it costs to get plans copied of a skyship.
Okay. So, in order to get plans, I mean, you don't even have to go to the pillars for that. You can ask any of the avowed. As you're well aware of kind of how things work in Candlekeep now that you've been here for a few days, if you need something, the avowed will go fetch it from the inner sanctum behind the emerald door. That is essentially how it works. You ask the avowed, they go behind the door, grab whatever things that they think that will help you in your research, and they bring it back to you. In order to have something transcribed, there is a cost, depending on what it is, and it is at the house of the binder. So far, with all the tomes that they have brought you back and forth, there does not seem to be any specific blueprints for a skyship. There's stuff that talks about skyships. There is stuff that mentions, different ways where skyships could be propelled, but there's not actually any physical blueprints that they have yet to find in the vast halls of Candlekeep of an actual skyship.
Interesting.
It seems as though that blueprints for such type of technology are beyond this area, or very heavily secretly guarded, because it is an inherently new technology. However, you're not quite sure. You've seen it before, but remember, you were in a different, I wouldn't really say a different dimension, but you were definitely not on Toril or Faerun. But so far, they have not been able to locate any type of blueprint. They are diligently still searching, but they have yet to find the specific thing that you ask.
Okay. I guess I can do it without them. I want to talk to the genie.
Okay. Are you doing it where?
Back in our rooms.
In the rooms of the inn, or in the hearth,
Yes.
or the pillars?
Or back at the rooms at the inn. I want some privacy for this.
Okay. Easy enough. Are you doing it by yourself?
Unless they're back, yes.
Well, they're all at the hearth.
I mean, I assume I'm gonna pass him on my way. I'll let him know what I'm gonna do.
You actually
yeah.
technically don't have to go into the hearth to get into the inn. The buildings are adjoined, but there are two separate entrances, one for the bar and one for the inn. So it is up to you where you go, and if you want to do it alone, you can. If not, you can have them join you. It's up to you.
I'll swing by, see if they're back.
Okay.
And so, yeah, run into them.
So you swing on into the hearth, anticipating the rest of the party being there. And in fact, you do see the remainder of your compatriots, and you are actually the only ones in the hearth at the moment. Minus the barkeep, obviously, but there's actually not too much lively things going on here tonight in Candlekeep. So you actually have a small, secluded VIP-type area, VIP-esque type area of a few booths and a nice large table where you are able to eat, drink, and study at your leisure, so long as either A, you don't get too rowdy, or if you need somewhere more private, you are obviously able to go to your rooms or get another study area at the pillars. But for now, in the dimly lit area of the hearth with the fire crackling in the background, the soft smoke filling the air, you seem to be alone.
Hey, going over the notes regarding the djinn. That wizard that he told us about, we don't know shit about him. We should probably talk to him. If everyone's cool with that.
I'll leave that to you.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the room then. And I excuse myself.
I'm still looking. If they've already brought me this book, I'm looking at this book about the moon phases and whatnot.
Yeah. So Torn, it was easy enough. That book, it is literally just a book on literal phases of the moon. I don't have any type of weird fuckery or anything to do with that. It's this one. I'm just keeping it simple for you guys. It is literally just a book about phases of the moon.
That's fair. I'm just gonna read it and then transcribe this one as well.
Okay. So, just so you guys are aware of how the transcribing part works, you are allowed.
I have to go to the book. Yep.
If you want the whole book transcribed, you pay for it. You are allowed, however, to take notes of your own. That requires nothing. But if you want the whole book transcribed, you do have to pay for it. Or you can try to be sneaky and do it yourself. But again, this is Candlekeep. You never know who's watching.
No, I'll just transcribe it.
I am always
not
watching because I am basically the all-knowing deity. But
God.
No, I'll just transcribe it. There's no reason to just try and steal it or even take notes on it. I just want to keep it with me. That way I can be like, hey guys, look at this.
Okay, so you want
that way I don't have to keep it from memory and be like, or someone be like, how can I trust what you're saying?
So you
be
want
like,
to
this is straight from the book.
transcribe fully in its entirety.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
For that, it is 100 gold.
Oh my god. Okay.
It isn't cheap. a whole book. Remember, this isn't like a printing press. This is they manually transcribe shit.
Oh, that's right. All right. Well, then fine. Just the portion that specifically speaks on how long the lunar phases are and what they are.
Okay. We'll say if you want that actually transcribed into your own book, we'll say 25 gold.
Okay, that's fine. I can do that.
So So for ease, you have basically a we'll call it the pocket guide to lunar phases.
Yeah. Quick reference guide.
Yeah, there you go. QRF. Quick reference guide. Or sorry, QRG. Not QRF. Quick reference guide for lunar phases. And if you really want to know about lunar phases, my wife will be more than happy to tell you about them because she knows way more about that shit than I do.
That's good. We'll need that.
I mean, Kithra does because she's the goddess. Her deity is the goddess of the moon. But my wife in real life will also be able to tell you all about the moon phases. Okay, so
fucking nerd.
She is a huge nerd when it comes to certain stuff. All right. Sorry, my eyes are kind of dry. All right. So, Link, you head up to your guys' suite that you have been granted by Seldor. You learned later, or you learn at some point, had granted you access to a suite to help continue your studies, knowing that you are hopefully at some point going to help this creature trapped in a book. It seems as though that the good graces of Candlekeep kind of are based on what you are willing and not willing to do. But you get the sense that usually, as long as you err on the side of caution and good, things seem to benefit you. But you head up back to the room. You just open the door, head on into the study, foyer type living room area of your suite. Set the tome Zikran's Zephyrean tome. Zikran's Zephyrean tome. And you look as the blue cover with the gold stenciled letters on it. Padlock unlocked. You remove the padlock, undo the latch, and open it up, and you feel the air get kind of cold and a little bit chilly, but it almost smells as like not quite sand, but what does cold air really smell like? Not really damp. But you see Gazre-Azam begin to emerge once again before you, and he actually emerges in his entire form, but a miniaturized version, almost as if it's like a hologram on top of the book. My friend, it has been a while.
It has been. We're trying to make plans to help you, and as we were going over the information that we had, we realized we didn't ask you, where were you last? Like where,
Yes.
like when you got bound to this book, where were you?
To be honest, my friend, I do not recall when he actually bound me, for that was a very, very fast happenstance.
Okay.
But I do remember a laboratory of some type. Perhaps it could have been his lab. The memories you see, they jumble in my mind. It is hard to put them together. I've been trapped in this tome for quite some time, it seems. But yes, I have not seen him in quite some time, and I do not recall the exact time and place when he bound me. But again, I know he must be alive because the enchantment still holds, and I believe the enchantment is bound to whether he is alive or not.
Oh, okay, but you don't remember like the name of the land? Like for example, right now we're by the Sword Coast. You don't remember where you were traveling or what you were doing?
Well, my friend, I am a genie. I travel wherever my spirit, wherever I wander, but...
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yes, it is. Well, as you can see, it is not so as cool as you say when you are trapped inside a tome and you're at the whim of such fine characters as yourself, or stuck in the halls of a library and left to rot. But
No, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. We're
the last thing the last bit of information that I remember was Zikran having a lab somewhere here in the Sword Coast.
Oh.
That is the last that I remember.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where we're mortals. We're rather restricted on how we can travel. So, if we could make best use of our time. Okay.
I agree. Perhaps if we at least search his seaside laboratory, we might be able to at least find some clues onto where he is and how to rid this enchantment altogether.
Okay, it's a seaside laboratory in the Sword Coast. Okay,
Yes.
I don't suppose you recognize the name Oakhurst.
Alas, my friend, I do not.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, no, okay.
But go ahead.
Obviously we can't have you out all the time, especially as we're traveling. It'll bring unwanted eyes, but I will ensure that we call upon you regularly.
If you bring me with you, I will aid you in any way that I can, but understand that I cannot use my magical abilities so long as I am trapped in this tome, but I can at least point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
If you do wish to go to a seaside laboratory, from what I do remember, if you follow the Sword Coast south for 2 nights and a day, you will find a spire made of pure coral. And if you stand at the base of this spire and look inland during twilight or dusk, you should see, it should point you to the direction of a flooded cave. And I believe that is where his laboratory still lies.
Okay, travel south for 2 days, Coral Tower. And you said to do what at dusk? To face it at dusk? Or shadow at dusk?
You stand at the base of the spire and look inland. At dusk, the forks, or the spire goes up into 2, like a tuning fork almost. At dusk, it will point to the mouth of the cave, where his lab should still be intact.
Okay.
If his lab is intact, it should at least give us a clue as to what he is up to next. Or where he is at. Hopefully, where he's at.
Okay, and that's a 2-day trip from here? A 2-day trip from where on the Sword Coast? The Sword Coast is, I don't know how big it was in your age, but right now it's a pretty major landmark out here.
Yes. From here. 2 days and 2 nights and a day's travel from here. We are still at Candlekeep, yes?
We are. It's amazing.
I see I have been left at Candlekeep for quite some time. When you first opened me, I did recognize some of the surrounding area, and I saw the pillars of Pagadaji. And that is what
And we've been mispronouncing it the whole time.
My friend, I have been around for quite some time, and I still don't think I can pronounce it right. I believe I just like to call them the pillars.
I like that a lot.
Are we there? Am I there?
No, he is alone in his room.
Touching himself.
You never went with him. You guys never went with him. You're down in the bar drinking.
I'm gonna let my compatriots know. Our plan right now is to leave Candlekeep tomorrow. We've been granted permission to take you with us.
Very good.
So yeah, we'll keep you up to date as we progress. Hopefully, I can let you out. Most likely nightly, depending on where we're camped, and at least give you an update.
Very well, my friend. If you take this tome with you, then yes, I shall accompany you. But yes, if you keep me appeased of things that happen, and as I stated, I will help you in any way that I can, and hopefully be able to at least help decipher any information you might find in his seaside laboratory.
Okay. Yeah. I'll let the rest of my group know.
Very well. I shall be by your side, as they say.
I look forward to it.
As do
I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess, place him back.
Yeah,
and,
no, he just rematerializes back into the tome.
Okay. Yeah, and
so just so you understand, basically, when you open the tome, you can speak his name and he will appear.
Okay, cool. Head downstairs and basically let everyone know what we talked about. So.
The floor is yours, Misfires.
What are we drinking?
What are you doing up there?
I was talking to our djinn friend.
Did you get his name?
And trying to get some more information. That wizard, Zikran, the Ganashi, apparently the dude had some kind of lab about 2 days travel south of here, along the Sword Coast. Like along the coast, like on the water.
Can we not
there's
do
a
ships?
Portal Tower, roughly 2 days travel south of here. I'm not familiar with the area, but apparently if we go there and stand at the base at dusk, the tower itself is the key. It's the pointer to where this lab is. Maybe it'll have some information there. Does that take us on our way to Oakhurst by chance?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking map.
Gee, if
as a matter
only
of
someone
fact,
had a map.
I was just about to say that. As a matter of fact, I have a map, and then I'm gonna set
Yay!
it down. Which one's
We have
map?
a map.
Hey, where's Gallows Gate on that map?
Ow. Oh, I guess I'm okay, so as you consult the map, you do not see said towns on that map.
This is a shit fucking map.
Chill.
Yeah, but we can get an idea. He said it was on the coast. Well, did you tell us that he said it was on the coast?
Yeah,
He said it was on the coast. Yeah.
If I could read, I'd be so bad right now.
We can come up the coast. We can figure out where Oakhurst is, but we can come up the coast. If we come up the coast, I know that Baldur's Gate is north of here, past the little what's it called that we were in, the forest that we were in. We can probably get even more information there.
Link. As a semi gimme that for this, I would like you just to roll an insight check real fast.
Talked. Damn, it was between a nat 20 and an 8.
Oof. What'd you get?
Let's see. Without a flash of genius, a 25.
That's plenty. Okay, so go ahead. I'm going to whisper something to you while you guys continue discussing.
I'm not trying to be a dick to the genie, but I mean, he's already been in there for a really long time.
So what'd you have to do? Rub him to get him out of there?
He stays a couple minutes later.
Do you guys want to go to Oakhurst first, or?
That's probably the best idea.
Okay. Maise, I didn't ask you before. I hope you like gold, and I hope blue is your color. But here, and I'm gonna present her with the circlet.
I freaking love it! You're so amazing!
Pork chop pouts in the corner.
So, actually, do these require attunement? DM?
Huh? You haven't... Okay, so you have only affixed the sapphire to the ring. You have not done the enchantment yet.
Okay.
But to answer your question,
Even though we
no,
go
they
back.
do not actually require attunement. Not according
Okay.
to the actual magical item. It does not require attunement.
Okay.
And for reference, just so you guys understand, resistances don't stack. So if you have multiple things of cold resistance, they don't stack. They just you have cold resistance. Doesn't matter how many you have. You have it.
Is that what this one is?
Well, so it's not done yet.
So right now it is just a ring or a circlet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait,
it's gonna
Link,
take
is this one for cold?
when it's done. It's not done yet.
Well, I have that Arctic ring that we got from Seagal's body. That
Oh.
is
Okay.
gives me
Fucking
immunity to
great.
cold. I just have to attune to it.
Oh. Okay. I forgot.
That's
Which,
okay.
If I'm not mistaken, that ring makes you immune.
Yeah, this one does. The Arctic ring. Yeah, it makes me immune.
Actually, a pretty powerful item you guys got.
Very cool. Very
That's why
nice.
you have to attune.
I totally forgot about that.
Also, can I can I go to my room and attune to it?
I mean, you don't have to be anywhere quiet to attune to something like that. It only requires about an hour of just like kind of concentrating on it. And if you want to go to your room and do it, you can. I would say just for ease of use, you can do it at the bar because no one else is there with you.
Okay, cool. I'll do
Other
it
than
at the bar.
party. Like,
Drinking
you
a
guys are
beer.
all just there.
Drinking an ale.
This is essentially a short rest, is what this amounts to. Sitting around drinking, kind of
Okay.
just bullshitting.
Sweet.
Okay.
So we'll say for ease of narrative, Maise, you can easily able to attune to that Arctic ring. So, Link, check your DMs.
Shit. Okay. Hey Torn,
Hmm.
you remember the Sunless Citadel?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So, Oakhurst is essentially there.
Okay. How far is that from here, and in what direction?
I wish I had a fire crackling.
Do we have?
Me too. I'm freezing.
I was-
Application. It's 3 days.
And then just like,
It's 3 days inland from Saltmarsh.
Okay, so
The
it's south.
Citadel.
It's south of. It's south east of here then.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we're already headed south, the Citadel is just another day and a half past Oakhurst.
We could do that. Well, we could do that. Assuming that we can use the like I said, we can use the coastline. We can
Yeah.
We can use the coastline, and
We
then
can go this tower.
yeah.
Check out the lab. On our way to
Hopefully,
Oakhurst.
we're assuming that it's to the south and not to the north.
No, he said south.
He did say south. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. We can use the coastline and go that way then.
Yep. Works for me. Anyone else?
okay, so
How long did you
I'm
say it
good
was?
with it.
before you go trekking, understand you are 5 days from Saltmarsh by foot. You are not anywhere near Saltmarsh. Remember, you are at Candlekeep. It took you 3 days by boat.
Oh, God damn it.
So you're actually, I had it measured out. I'm pretty sure you're about a week, like 7 days from Saltmarsh by foot. Oakhurst is
Okay.
another 3 days inland from Saltmarsh.
Okay. Not gonna lie, I would murder for a fucking map right now.
It would take you the better part of an entire 10-day to get to Oakhurst from Candlekeep by foot.
Boat?
Just FYI.
What do we think? Boat?
No. Unless you have some way to put me to sleep and kidnap me, I am not going on a boat.
Good child.
Kidnap him.
We throw him in the bag of holding.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
I'm kidding. Mostly. Well,
I don't like this idea.
what do we think? We charter a carriage or a wagon? So we're not hoofing it the whole way?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else got anything else that they need to do, want to do before we cut out? Okay. DM, I have one more book that I got to check out. Of the 4 that you brought me and Kithri yesterday. There's that last one that I did not get the name of it down.
Yeah.
There was the Joy of Extra-Dimensional Travel, Cards Before Fate, and yeah, I didn't get the other one.
Yeah, that one is called... One sec. Alright, so you got the Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces, right?
Yes.
What was the other one?
Cards Before Fate.
Cards Before Fate. Okay, cool. You had Gambits of the Whispered One. That was also in that one.
I have Tome of the Whispered One.
Whatever. That's
okay.
The title was Gambits of the Whispered One, but yes, that is the tome.
Okay.
So you already have that one. Okay, then the last one, find it, is perfect. I was waiting for you to look at this one. It took you fucking long enough. So for understanding of how this works, once you are done with the tome, the Avowed takes it, so you don't actually keep these unless you specifically state you're going to hold on to this because you haven't read it yet. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt for this one. We'll say that you have held on to this one because you haven't read it yet, but the other ones are gone. You don't have the other ones.
Understood.
Fair enough. This one is called Hearts of Springsteel.
Hearts of Springsteel.
Yep. This particular awesome looking tome, Link, definitely catches your eye. Because it is in fact made of brown, brown soft leather that is very, very well maintained to the touch. On each of the corners is in fact brass, bronze type metal, and actually looking at the 4 corners, they shape what looks to be a clockwork type mechanism. While it is inherently like not actual gears that turn or anything, but if you took those 4 corners and put them together, it would in fact make a clockwork gear, which also catches your eye. The latch being the same type of bronze, brass type metal. So as you just open it up, the first thing that happens when you open it is you see a pop-up schematic. This pop-up schematic is what looks to be some type of it's the inner workings of a clockwork type mechanism. And then you kind of look back on the front to see who the author is, and the author is a one Mistress Leora Pennant. And Leora is
Pennant?
Yeah, Pennant.
Pennant.
Pennant. Pennant.
Okay.
What do you call me?
Peanut. And these, the first thing, yes. So the first opening is a pop-up schematic, and that catches your eye immediately because one, it is a schematic, but two, it is a very intricate blueprint of some type of clockwork mechanism. And you see a few notes here and there about automation and simple, not quite I guess programming would be the right term for it, but in the sense of not computer programming, in the sense of like timing protocols for gears. And as you look through this a little bit more, you look at the parchment of the tome, and it is actually very also maintained. Like, this is a very, very well maintained tome. And you actually find a few more pop-up schematics. And you see a chapter that talks about binding little spirits, and then it reads more like a tea invitation rather than a trap. And then it talks about asking their name, asking their price, a plan for their nap. Kind of funny, but the biggest thing that you get from this is that every schematic is nothing but just solid, well-defined mechanics.
So basically, is what.
But yes, the author kind of talks about things in a whimsical tone, and it talks about true gear work, rhymes and rhythms of timing protocols, and etiquette for minor spirits, as well as maintenance and oiling and things for keeping clockwork mechanisms, basically a well-oiled machine. And after you flip through the end of this tome and you get to the end, you're almost saddened that there's not more. So you go back and you reread it. I want you to roll an insight check for me real fast.
Oh, yeah. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna burn Flash of Genius.
Okay.
Because this is way overkill, and no kill like overkill. 29.
29.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I also have my nice little black book with me. Oh, wait, no, that's for ability check. So, yeah, never. Or, well, I don't know. Your call. Because I'd make it a 31.
That's fine.
Okay, 31.
That's perfectly fine. Okay. As you begin scrolling through the schematics again, that's what really catches your eye. You enjoy the whimsical tone, but it's not mechanical writing, which is what you enjoy more than like the whimsical tone. So you start going through the schematics again, and you flip through the pop-up schematics each time, and then you're just thinking like, why are they pop-up? And then it hits you. You reach into your tool bag and you pull out a little bit of binding agent that you use for random crafting. And yours is very specific because it uses what's known as oak gall, which is very sticky. And you bind the pages together that aren't the schematic, so each time you flip, you see the schematic. And as you flip through the schematic faster, you see the shapes come to life. Not literally, but it's almost as if it's a cinematic. And the more you flip it back and forth, you see, through an optical illusion, a small clockwork-like beetle that begins to take shape and take form. And you see that each schematic is a piece of this beetle. And when it's all put together, you have an entirety of a blueprint to create what is known as a cadence servitor. It is, the official title is Mnemonic Cadence Automaton. Mnemonic.
I'm sorry, can you spell that again?
Mnemonic. Cadence Automaton. And it is a palm-sized brass and steel clockwork servitor shaped like a crouched beetle-sparrow hybrid with deft pincers and a fold-out tool arm. You said you wanted to redo your homunculus servant?
Yes, I
That's
did.
why I was waiting for you to read that fucking book. You're fucking welcome.
Thank you, Daddy.
However, you still have to build it. But once you build it, it will come. I'm just kidding. I will send you the item card after the session, so you can actually look at what all it does. But again, you still have to build it. Because you have your homunculus servant already, it won't be too complicated to maybe alter it some.
So
but this thing is literally Link's wet dream.
So at a long rest, I can switch out my prepared spells and my infusions. So I can switch out. Homunculus Servant is one of my spells.
Okay, so this is not a magical item.
Gotcha.
This is, once I send you it, it'll make sense.
Okay.
Thank you, Leonardo da Vinci, for the idea.
Ooh, now I'm very interested.
Yeah. It's very, very da Vinci-esque.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, this has nothing, this really has nothing to do with your homunculus servant. I just, when you said that after I already made this, and I was like, oh, this is going to work out fucking perfectly. Because essentially what this is a homunculus servant that's not magical.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's dope. It's super fucking dope.
Cool. Sweet.
So, now that you have that taken care of, you hand the book off to a random avowed walking by, giving the book back to the folds of Candlekeep, understanding now that you technically no longer need this. We'll say for ease of brevity, 50 gold, you have the blueprints.
Sweet.
Like the full blueprint to build this, should you have about 4 to 5 days of just pure work. Because you have to forge metal and do this is a project, not a quick little tinker. This is a full up project, but there's a reason for it.
Okay.
So, Mighty Misfires. The night is upon you in the warm, cozy tavern known as the Hearth. The smoke again filling the air, the hearth staying lit, keeping you warm by the fireside. Secluded in your little VIP area, the barmaid seemingly just silently bringing you drinks and food at your request. What do you wish to do before we conclude for the evening? anything else that is pressing?
I think I'm good.
Unless Squeeze wants to go do some hood rat shit.
I am a hood rat.
No, I'm the hood, you're the rat.
Yeah.
Very well. If there is nothing pressing for the evening, then we shall conclude tonight's session, which is a good spot to actually stop, because having to stop halfway through an adventurous trek is daunting, but it also leaves me time for cliffhangers. So,
where we're going to Saltmarsh, right?
this is
no,
the time for you guys to plan your trek.
Oakhurst.
While I look something up before we conclude. So, by all means, if you want to roleplay that out, go for it.
Have I been to Oakhurst before?
You have not, Squeege. You have not been to Oakhurst before.
Because I could just teleport us straight there if I have.
You have not. Oakhurst is actually not a well-known town.
However, I can get us back here. I just need to find a tree, a local tree. And
yes.
what better tree than the one that Torin climbed?
I can track my way back to that if you'd like.
Oh, no. I've already seen it before. So if we ever need to get back to Candlekeep, I can teleport us to that tree.
Oh, beautiful.
That's pretty cool. Hey, you know the trees outside of our manor, right? At Saltmarsh?
Mm-hmm. I can directly travel us to our arboretum. Arboretum?
Yep.
Oh, that's sad.
Your greenhouse, essentially.
Perfect.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we can just go straight back. We don't even need to do this whole trek thing. We can just go straight back to.
Well, we
Saltmarsh.
don't have to trek all the way back home. We can get home in a jiffy now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our home is in Saltmarsh, is it not?
Well, yeah.
But we do need to find the said tower, so we do still need to go down the coast.
Yeah. The djinn
we'll do
said it
that.
was a 2-day trip. So I'm
We'll
thinking
do
we
that.
go do that.
Yep, we can do that. And then from there we can go back to Saltmarsh, and then from Saltmarsh we can make our day and a half to Oakhurst. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let's get with
So-
Squeege.
As the Mighty Misfires conclude for the evening in the hearth once again, seemingly as a pattern, as we always like to try to conclude in a tavern, because it just makes it fun, and it just adds to the narrative, and I fucking love it. That is all I have for your characters this evening. However,
Oh, God.
a silvery mist and hues of pinks of the astral sea begin to part like a curtain drawn aside by unseen hands. And an object looms in the distance. Not a city, not some distant battlefield, but a monolithic metal sphere, drifting silent and alone through endless starlight. Its surface is etched with sigils from a language older than known history, pulsing faintly with arcane power and decay. You're suddenly pulled inward, as if watching from an unseen movie theater. That's the best reference I got. But you're pulled inward, deeper, until stone and steel give way to sterile hallways of an arcane alloy, long abandoned, yet still alive with lingering magic. Guttering glyph lights flicker overhead, and from the high, vaulted ceilings, thin strands of astral dust drift like motes in a dead breeze. Then you see a room, raised high above the long twin hallways. Beneath each wide, enchanted window lies a unique scribe's-like desk, humming with faded arcane essence. Runes sputter in stuttering patterns across its surface, and a single chair, too pristine, too new, sits nearby, as if someone had only just risen from it. And through the arcane window, you see downward into the chambers below. Individual spaces conjured to resemble something familiar. Stone walls overgrown with moss, soft forested light, the echo of birdsong that isn't really there. And in the westernmost chamber, you see a pod. Ornate, elegant. An arcanic shell woven of brass and crystalline panels, carved with symbols tied not to imprisonment, but to dreams. Illusionary ivy creeps along its base, mimicking life, but none grows here. The structure thrums faintly with resonant dream magic, thick with psionic residue. Inside the pod, a humanoid floats in suspension. A familiar gnome, dressed to the nines in fine silks, purple, gold, and blue. A lute still clutched in his hand, and a rapier affixed to his belt. His body is suspended within the pod, untouched by time. His eyes flutter, trapped in a dream unspoken. Arcane threads drift from the crown of his head, tethered to shimmering strands of starlight within the pod's crystalline matrix. He doesn't move, yet in the air there is a tremor, as if he struggles somewhere else. And on the desk, a single sigil pulses faintly. The emblem of a white lily etched in gold, its roots spiraling into an open eye. A quiet voice, not heard, but felt, brushes the edge of consciousness. And a whisper of curiosity, of control. Of a dream being studied, not nurtured. The last thing you see in the pod's surface, or is the pod's surface rippling, as if something beneath the gnome's dreamscape has begun to stir. That's all I have for you guys tonight.
Dick.
Low shit.
I have a quick
There's
question.
some shit.
This sphere is like here, or we're just seeing this?
That is a post-credit scene that you guys are entitled to have. We'll say it's a conjoined dream for the party.
Conjoined dream. Okay. Cool.
Bullshit.
It's essentially.
So how close was I to Maise in the
So
stream?
it's essentially a. Okay, so before we go too far into it, it is a post-credit scene that I'm giving to you guys, but your characters have know nothing about it. It's you know how Marvel does post-credit scenes to tease what's coming.
Okay. Yeah. I got you.
That is to keep you guys basically in suspense. Yes, it is a post-credit scene for you players, not your characters. That's why I said that's all I have for your characters this evening. However, and then post-credit scene.
You know what? You do this to us, now you'll never know my next move.
Hey, real quick.
I am the DM. I know all.
Hey.
Okay.
So
Real quick.
hold on before we can let me conclude real fast, and then we'll go over
Yeah.
shit. So again, thank you for hanging out with us here on this fantastic cold Saturday on Final Roll TV, courtesy of High Order Entertainment Studios. We hope you enjoyed this little session of intricate knowledge and finding of berries and sticks. But downtime is always kind of fun, and I enjoy downtime because it allows me to look over my notes, make sure I have everything prepped for what is to come. I hope you also enjoyed that little post-credit scene. For those watching at home, I'm sure you can probably connect a few dots there. But we will be hosting our next session after the new year. We have Christmas and the new year coming in. My daughter will be in town also, so I will not have a whole lot of time to prep for sessions. So we will get to that later. Watch the Twitch schedule. There will still be some streaming of video games. Don't worry, I still enjoy doing that as well. But as far as D&D goes and the Misadventures of the Mighty Misfires, we are concluded until the next year. We're looking at, I think, mid-January will be the next 2026 session. I can't wait. I have a bunch of stuff already ready for you guys in anticipation of you doing other things, but everything is prepped. I just have to make sure the narrative follows. So,
Are you going to give us a book?
Again, thank you for all hanging out with us. Big shout out to all our followers and our viewers. We love each and every single one of you. But until then, Final Roll TV is going dark. We will see you in the future, and as the best dad joke ever, see you next year.